Well, this is match number 6 in Cricket West Indies CG United Super 50 Cup. A Zone B clash. Guyana versus the Leewards. It's the final match in the preliminary rounds. And the news from Providence is that the Leeward Islands, they have won the toss and they've decided to bat against Guyana. Good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the National Stadium at Providence. We're in over number 1 with Melissa Clark and Jensen Richards opening the batting. And bowling from the northern end is Tremaine Smart. Let me just remind you that Guyana, they have left out Sharika Campbell, the medium-fast bowler, Kumari Prasad Abata, and Lashona Toussaint. She's the wicketkeeper in the team, so which means Campbell will be doing that services today. The Leeward Islands, they're in this game without Tonya Martin, Tinita McCoy. That's brilliant piece of fielding down at extra cover as the left-handed return comes in, preventing the single. So that's the end of over number 1. No, it's not the end of over number 1. The two batters are going to have a little conversation, no doubt, ensuring that they do not get a run out. They do not want that at all. It's a lovely day for cricket. And this is a good start by the right-hander. That's Melissa Clark and Jensen Richards. Jensen Richards is the one facing. Every single ball has come off from the face of the bat. As I say, good morning to my colleague, Wadikar Kemraj. Wadikar, how was the trip from Berbice, my friend?
Good morning to you, Indrajit. Good morning to followers on live stream here locally in Guyana and overseas. Another gripping encounter as we have the first over completed 3 for no wicket. Yes, the Leeward Islands and Guyana here both will be looking to get the maximum out of this game, because tomorrow, reminder, tomorrow being the first semi-final, and you look at the point standing. They're really nowhere with the points. Guyana just 2 points, and the Leeward Islands haven't gotten off the markers yet. So this is a very, very critical game for both teams. What will peter out during the course of this match is going to be interesting to see. The drive from Berbice coming up to the Providence Stadium, as always, has been a lovely drive. Guyanese are so hospitable. They take their time on the roadways. It was nice coming up in the Jeet.
Yes, Anthony. So, Cherry Ann Fraser will begin over number 2 from the commentary box ends, that is southern end of the ground, and she will be bowling to the right-handed Melissa Clark. 3 without loss. Quiet start by the Leeward Islands. Well, she starts with a short delivery. Will want to correct that line and called a wide by the umpire. 1 more to extras. And as far as this match is concerned, if either of the two teams win here today, they will go through with Trinidad and Tobago from this group. Trinidad and Tobago already gone through. They're on 6 points. Guyana on 2 points, and the Leewards yet to score.
This is outer part of the bat. Might have been beaten as she was coming forward. Gets a single down to third man, where Monisar comes off the boundary. So 1 more to the total, goes up to 5. Yes, the anticipation, the eagerness, you can see that. The Guyana fielders, they're on their toes pretty early. And they want the best out of this game. They haven't had the best of the competition so far in the T20 Blaze as well. So it's going to be important for them to put their best foot forward.
Much better delivery there, just teasing her outside the line of the off stump. And Wadikar, if Guyana wins today, it simply means that Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago will be locked on 6 points. So it comes down to net run rate to see who will head the table. If the Leeward wins, they will go into second position with 4 points, and Guyana will go down to third. So this is a very important match for Guyana and the Leeward Islands.
What we can notice here from this end, the players' pavilion end, Sherry Ann Fraser, she's getting admirable bounce and seam movement. All she needs to do is to bring her closer to the right-hander to entice a drive maybe, because she has 2 slips in play. So Shemin Campbell pretty early employing the pressure. That's nice to see.
Yes, and Cherry Ann Fraser, a West Indian player, and did well in the inter-county tournament in Guyana. That's a lovely delivery outside the line of the off stump, but even going further away. And this is the line and length you were talking about.
Yes, you know, and you have to utilize the conditions. We don't have the brilliant sunshine right now. It's rather cool at the National Stadium. And, you know, once you have that overcast conditions, that's the way to go. And not a very good delivery outside the off stump. So not giving the right-hand batter that ample opportunity or that ample time to play through the covers. So Guyana, they've started on the right note here. They'd want to pick up a very early wicket. From a Leeward Islands standpoint, they'd want to bat and build partnership, maybe just to bat out this first 10 overs, which are the power play overs.
That's another wide, maybe thriving a little bit more there for pace, Cherry and Fraser, and straying outside the line of the off stump. There's a little bit of greenery on the pitch, as you can see there, and earlier on it will definitely favor the medium fast bowling, especially those that is inclined to move the ball or bring it back.
Yes, and once you can pitch it up, we have had, what, 2 overs bowled, and the score reached 6 for no wicket. Richards has 1, and Clark has 2 to her name. This is a good time to remind you, you're listening to the CG Insurance Women's Super 50 Cup from the Providence Stadium.
So far, so good for Leeward Islands. They played all the matches in the T20 Blaze, did not win a game. They started against Trinidad and Tobago here. They lost that match as well. So they will be paying for pride. It's another day, another cricket match. And I think it's going to be very competitive out in the middle there. You know, both teams will be going against each other very hard indeed.
Yes, you know, this is what we want in West Indies cricket. We cry about some poor performances about the West Indies team, male and female teams. So once you can get out there and show your resilience, your skill, and display that, that's what people want to see. We want betterment in West Indies cricket. That's the way to go.
Yes, and the least we can ask for in the Caribbean, are the signs good? And it is my humble opinion, with all the development taking place, the signs are definitely good to start, develop West Indies cricket, to improve on the good things we are doing. So the signs are good, and we are all happy about that. And it's good to see. With so many different things around the world, there is war in the world, there is pandemic, we're still having cricket being played.
Yes, and especially coming back after maybe, close to 2-year hiatus because of the pandemic that broke out. Unfortunately, a lot of these players did not play the game of cricket. Just imagine. And to see them on a cricket field now, we must give kudos to the West Indies Cricket Board and the Guyana Cricket Board and all who have been involved in this activity. This is a ball which is uppish, but is punched through the offside. The fielder gets it, that's Schultz, returns to the non-striker's end, and they get a single. Not in total control, though, 7 for no wicket.
Yes, I think she's a bit lucky there. That was Melissa Clark. It was in the air. It stayed there for a while. Maybe a little bit more alert fielding down at the covers. She would have gone for a catch. It did not happen. She got the single.
I think this is really good bowling here from the Guyanese. What they realized, that here's what. We've got a little bit of overcast conditions. It's really cool. The sun is not peeping out. It's not out in all its brilliance. So we're going to just use the seam. We don't want much pace. All we need is direction. That's the way to go.
It's a little bit surprised that Cherry Ann Fraser has been asked to bowl from the southern end. They start with Tremaine Smart from the northern end. Oh, this one is just lobbed over the head of the bowler, and they have taken one calculated risk there by the right-hander. Stood up in the air, but fell very safe between mid-on and mid-off.
Good. So we've had another over bowled. We've had, what, 3 overs bowled. And the Leeward Islands winning the toss and batting here against Guyana at Providence. They're 8 for no wicket. Richards has 2, and Militia Clark has 3 to her name. You're listening to, or you're following, CG United Super 50 Cup here from Providence.
And Wadikar, I think maybe the opinion why they started with Tremaine Smart from the northern end of the ground is that she wobbles it a little. On the other hand, Cherry Ann Fraser, she's much quicker than Tremaine Smart. And we have seen in the inter-county tournament, she too can move the ball away from the right-handers and bring it back into the left-handers. But so far, a solid start by the Leeward Islands, and it's good to see them, you know, out in the middle there, fighting away.
This is wide down the leg side, taken by a diving Shemaine Campbell. Yes, coming back to that, and when you look at it too, I was thinking the same way, that you know what, Tremaine Smart is going to bowl from the southern end, and Cherry Ann Fraser is going to start operating from the media center end, but they have switched that. But so far they're doing fine.
Yes, and of course Tremaine Smart is the most experienced of the two. And that's edged and gone, caught at second slip. And Cherry Ann Fraser has gotten the first scalp for Guyana. The Leeward Islands here pegged back. We're just going to look at that replay in a while. Let's see. Short, lifting, and looking to force one. The edge found and the catch taken there at second slips. So the Leeward Islands, they're 9 for the loss of 1, and we're over number 4.
Yes, Jensen Richards, perhaps she didn't look all of that comfortable from the beginning of her innings, and got one that really stood up on her, and she was on the back foot looking for the drive. Perhaps might have hit maybe the splice of the bat way up, and she was well taken at first slip. That's Mandy Mangru who took the catch. So Guyana, kudos to them. They've got their first wicket pretty early. And as I said earlier, Inderjeet, they're utilizing the conditions. Cherry Ann Fraser is not really running in hard, but what she's doing is putting the ball in the right areas, moving the odd one away from the right-handers. And by doing that, you can get success. 9 for 1.
Yes, and the next batter going out in the middle there is Rosalie Dullabile, and she is a good player. She's a good defensive player, the one who can accumulate the runs. She's batting at number 3 and suited to the 50-over format. Did struggle in the T20 Blaze, but looks a much better player in the Super 50 Cup. Boy, that was a good delivery. Square her up a little and kept a little bit low as well.
Yes, Dullabile, she'd want to come good.
Look at the replay there.
We're already seeing
that
signs
came back into the right-hander, pitched outside the leg stump and coming back into the right-hander. That was beautifully bowled.
Yes, so Cherry Ann Fraser is hitting a good line in length, and that's the way to go. She realized that, okay, I have to pitch it up. I have some swing. The conditions are really good for cricket right now, for bowling at least. So let me utilize it. And Shemaine Campbell is giving her the support, 2 slips, and employing that attacking offside field.
Now this is excellent bowling. No width, no room whatsoever other than the wide she sent down the leg side. Cherry Ann Fraser is right on the money at the moment. And this is what you need to do. If you're looking for early wickets, you just get a series of dot balls in and you look to frustrate the batter. I'm hoping that she can get one just outside the line of the off stump, moving away now. Good delivery, just as I called it. She was striving for that, but well played by Dullabile.
Yes, she looks technically sound from our vantage point here. She's getting out full to the ball outside the off stump. Whether, when it moves away, that's going to be very interesting to see what she'll come up with. But this is a really good start here from Guyana.
So that's the completion of the fourth over. Leeward Islands winning the toss and batting. They are 9-1. Dullabile is yet to score. Melissa Clark is on 3. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence.
Yes, so really a good start here for Guyana, picking up the very early wicket of Richards, and they'd want to maintain this sort of pressure because they wouldn't want to let loose and to give the Leeward Islands a chance. If the Leeward Islands go away with a good partnership from here, kudos to them. But so far, it's been Guyana this morning.
So the Leewards, they are fighting back, yes. The bowling has been very economical, and Cherry Ann Fraser managed to penetrate. I think this innings by the Leeward Islands will hinge whenever we see Shanisha Hector comes out in the middle. She's a good-looking player. She drives well within the V's, not afraid to go over the top. And if it is her day here today, she can put on a show. She is the strength of the Leewards Island batting.
Yes, as you mentioned, the Leeward Islands would hope for her to get a big score today, most obviously. This is a ball that's pushed out into the offside. And no run again. So you can see what's happening here, Indrajit. The pressure is being maintained. I like this ploy by the Guyanese. They realize that we have the conditions to our advantage, and we're using it. Tremaine Smart and Cherry Ann Fraser from both ends, they are using the condition. That's nice to see.
There's an appeal. She's gone. Caught behind Melissa Clark. Getting a delivery short of a length. And it looks like they're on the edge. We're going to see that replay to see exactly where the ball came off. Looked to me to be on the edge. But for the trouble here for the Leeward Islands, short of a good length. It took the inside edge of the bat. Low down to the base. And she has to go back. So 2 wickets gone. Both openers have been sent back to the pavilion. And the Leeward Islands, they are 9 for the loss of 2. We're in over number 5.
Yes, so they have suddenly found themselves into some disaster pretty early. You don't want to lose all of that wickets in a short space of time when you have won the toss and you bat. You intend to bat. You intend to build an innings and to use those 10 overs at the start, the power play. But they haven't used that to their advantage, I'm afraid to say. And they've lost 2 very important wickets. Dullabile and the other batter coming in would want to stay there for a pretty long time. That's Hector. That's the key figure in this Leeward Islands team. And once she can stay there, that's ominous trouble for Guyana. But I'm pretty sure that they'll want to see the back of her pretty early. Good start from Guyana.
Yes, and good conditions for swing bowling. Good seam bowling. And do not look for too much of pace. You want to control it. You're a fast bowler. Once you understand how the pitch is playing well, then you can strive for the extra pace. Shanisha Hector, the skipper for the Leeward Islands, now will have to shoulder the responsibility of reconstructing the innings here for the Leeward Islands.
Yes, sometimes, you look at a game of cricket and, 2 wickets go down pretty early, then you have to start all over again. You have the power play, but yet you can't play reckless cricket. So when you think that, you can utilize the power play to get maybe 60, 50 runs within that period of time, there you go, you lose 2 pretty early wickets. So you're on the back foot right away. You have to start your strategy over again. So it's good. It's a good start for Guyana.
Yes, and I think what happened to Melissa Clark, she badly misjudged the line of the delivery and the bounce of the ball as well. Because she played outside the line. That's the reason why she got the inside edge. Ball! Oh my goodness, that's a delivery straight on the line of the off stump. Might have gotten a little edge too, and that's a huge wicket to get. The wicket of Swanisha Hector, the skipper for the Leeward Islands, and we're going to watch that on the replay. She was playing a booming drive. She got it wrong, and it's now 3 wickets gone for the Leeward Islands. Let's look at the replay. Well pitched up, and that came back a little, smashing the off stump out of the ground. Hector is going to be disappointed. Should have been looking to come forward and stroke it into the offside field. She was looking for the boomerang drive, never got it. It's 9 for the loss of 3. So 3 wickets have fallen at the same score. This is trouble for the Leeward Islands.
Well, you use the word boom, and it comes to my mind very quickly. Boom, boom, Afridi. I probably thought that she would have been the one to see it out. It was pretty good for the Guyanese, pitching up the ball, moving it away and so forth. She realized the pressure. She's the captain coming in. You don't want to play a shot like that pretty early. So sorry for the Leeward Islands. They've lost their captain.
Yes, and the skipper, Charmaine Campbell, she will have some points above me here today. I was just saying that I would have bowled Cherry Ann Fraser from the top end, but she know her team, Campbell. She started Tremaine, and Smart has been bowling real smart. So the new batter out in the middle is Saneldo Willett, and she can bat. It all depends on her awareness level in the middle. Has a cool head, plays it down towards mid-wicket. 5 overs have gone, and at the end of 5, the Leeward Islands, they're struggling. They're 9 for the loss of 3. A tremendous successful over there for Tremaine Smart.
Yes, Tremaine Smart and Sherry Ann Fraser, they're not doing anything out of the ordinary. What they're doing is pitching the ball up. They're getting a little bit of movement away and into the batters, and they're utilizing the condition. That's very important to do in the game of cricket. They're not being carried away. And Charmaine Campbell is doing everything to support her bowlers. So a good start so far for Guyana.
Yes, and Cherry Ann Fraser continues. That's a badly lined delivery. And the return comes in, but they will go through there. Those are going to be signal wides. So 2 more will be added to this score. Maybe trying a little bit too hard. What she was trying to do there, actually, Wadikar, was to get the ball on the leg stump and move it away from the right-hander, but she strayed badly in line. And this ground has taken a beating to the rain. It's amazing. And look how beautiful it's looking. Emerald green, perfect for cricket.
We must see. And oftentimes we become redundant by saying, look, we are blessed to have one of the fastest drying venues in the world of cricket. And that's amazing to see. And kudos to each and every one. Mr. Habib, who is in charge of the ground staff and all of that, they're doing a fabulous job. Even though when the cricket is rained out, they're always willing to get out there and to half play started. That's nice to see.
That's a good delivery. Nothing was bad with it, but just a little bit too wide to induce the shot. And the right-hander showing good judgment here. Saneldo Willett allowing 1 to go by. I think it's a good field placement as well. Those 2 slips are locked there. They're there for the catch. And that's another wide, straying in line once again. Cherry Ann Fraser, she's one of the batters, one of the cricketers rather, who works very, very hard on her game. You watch her in the field, there are times when she will come out alone, practice her heart. She's such a wonderful player.
This is a ball that's punched into the offside. They're looking for the single. The return comes in to the non-striker's end by Schultz. If that had hit, maybe that would have been very, very close. In over number 6 there, 12 for 3, living dangerously out in the middle.
Yes. Now, if you want to run, you have to ensure you make up your mind as quick as possible. And it's good to see Dullabile and Willett having a little discussion. And it had to be centered around what transpired the previous delivery. That's a good-looking drive down towards extra cover and picking up the single in the process.
Yes, you mentioned about Cherry Ann Fraser. So many players that we look at this regional level. I can just mention a few, Haley Matthews and so forth. And the list can go on and on. There are players who you tend to think possess extra energy. They give their all for their team. And not a beautiful ball outside the off stump again. So when she's pitching it up, you can see that she's getting a little bit away movement. She's perhaps straying when she pitches it outside the leg stump because it's going further away. But this is really good bowling here from Fraser.
Yes, with the exception of maintaining this nagging line and length outside the line of the off stump, straying on a few occasions down the leg side. The final delivery in over number 6 coming up. Good defensive shot down towards mid-on. 6 overs gone. Dullabile is yet to score. Willett is on 1. The Leeward Islands, they are 13 for the loss of 3. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence. Wall, Tremaine Smart begins over number 7. Smart, so far, she has sent down 3 overs, picking up 2 for 5. And Cherry Ann Fraser, 3 overs, 1 for 8. As I say, good morning and welcome to my colleague, Pastor Matthew Kisoon. How are you, Pastor?
Hi, morning Inderjeet, morning to everyone viewing, watching, listening in Guyana, around the world, especially in Guyana and in the Leeward Islands.
That's a big shout for leg before and given out a leg before. Soneldo Willett got a good delivery, might have cut back into her, and that's the 4th wicket going down. We shall see on the replay. Sunil Joshua, our technician, bringing up that replay. Let's see. Pitched in line, trapped in front, gone leg before. That's beautifully bowled by Tremaine Smart. And the Leeward Islands in all sorts of trouble at the moment. 13 for the loss of 4. And you look at those wickets back in the pavilion. Among them is their skipper.
And Smart 3 for 5 in her 4th over. Shows the experience, why she's such an experienced cricketer, and Guyana ensuring that she played in this match because it's a crucial game to ensure that they can come up with points to remain in the top 2 in Zone B. And Leewards without a point. That was excellent bowling. Smart has picked up Clark, Hector the captain, and now Willett. Getting the ball to keep a little bit low, bowling full-length deliveries, and getting the ball to swing into the right-handers. And that was a beauty. Beater all ends up, Willett, no movement of the feet, just push the bat, and the ball cannot into the stumps. And umpire Shannon Crawford had no hesitation. He takes a couple of seconds, and then he put the dreaded right finger up and said, "That's the end of you, Willett." But that's excellent bowling from Smart as well as Cherry Ann Fraser. They've kept the pressure on the Leeward Islands.
Arshina Freeman, the new batter, she is left-handed. So they had a start of 9 runs. And so far they have lost 4 wickets for 4 runs. So it's 13 for the loss of 4. They must rebuild the innings here. Just calming down a little, but Smart is on a terrific spell.
And the thing is, in the G, just 6 runs have come off the bat. You look, you see 7 extras on the board. Dullabile is yet to score, and Arshina Freeman. Just the ideal situation that Guyana need, because you've got 2 fresh ladies out there at the crease. And you look at 9 for 1, 9 for 2, 9 for 3, and then 13 for 4. Really, the Leewards batting has let them down badly in this season of cricket here in Guyana. And they really have to work hard on their batting. I thought Hector, the captain's 2-ball steered the crease wasn't really good at all. She played a booming drive, and again that ball kept a bit low and came back into her, wrapped her on the pads. The captain should have settled down, played out a couple of deliveries, and be able to get a start.
Now this is edged down towards fine third man, and the return comes in. We're just exploring the possibility of coming back for a second. It's not on. So Amanda, in fact, Arshina Freeman is off the mark. She has gotten one. Dullabile, who has faced 7 deliveries, yet to score. So
a magnificent over from Tremaine Smart. And you look at Cherry Ann Fraser, spare a thought for Cherry Ann Fraser. She picked up an injury early in the T20 Blast tournament that kept her out for most of the matches. I had a discussion with her, and you know, she was very excited about getting back and playing. A young professional, a 24-year-old St. Rose's High student who really works hard at her game, tries to keep fit, a good bowler, getting away movement to the right-hander. I think this time, bowling to Freeman, the left-hander, she's going to get the ball to swing into the left-hander in the jeet. But Cherry Ann Fraser, a hard worker, was very disappointed when she picked up that injury to her right knee and was, you know, had to sit out a couple of matches, but she's back now.
yes, and surely our technical man, Sunil Joshua, is going to give us a little replay on that last wicket that fell, the wicket of Saneldo Willett. Just want to see exactly what went wrong there for Willett. We are going to have that in a moment. Now that was a full toss outside the line of the off stump, and look at the inward movement to the left-hander. Look at this replay. Full outside the line of the off stump, dropped, and that was real good inward movement there from Cherry Ann Fraser. And if she can get it right, boy, she's going to be a handful. Shout for the leg before, but I was clearly missing the leg stump. Some pace on it as well.
A very promising bowler is Cherry Ann Fraser. She gets movement off the seam, and really very promising in terms of West Indies cricket. You look at her approach to the wicket, very athletic, smooth rhythm. Look at her.
Another shout for leg before, making too much height and could have been going down the leg side as well. But this is excellent bowling. And Matthew was making the point. Here is a girl who went and played cricket for the West Indies. Of course, she learned a lot. She came back to Guyana, just didn't drop her guard. She continued on her program. That's the reason why, you know, she has reaped the benefits. She's a hard worker, and I like what I'm seeing here today. Loud shout for leg before. This time she's gone. The left-hander Arshina Freeman, trapped in front, might have gone on to clip the leg stump. And you believe it? The Leewards, they're 14 for 5. We shall look at this replay and see exactly what the ball was doing. That was well pitched up, and she walked across the line there. Loud shout for leg before, and she's gone. Walked across and beaten comprehensively. And in over number 8, the Leeward Islands, they're in all sorts of trouble winning the toss and batting. They're 14 for the loss of 5.
I think the way the game is going, we're going to have an early day in the jeet, because you look at Cherry Ann Fraser, very smart bowler indeed. A couple of deliveries, she bowled a little bit short, struck Freeman on the pads. Deliveries going down the leg side, and a little bit of height as well. A little bit short, but on this occasion, full length delivery. It pitched just in front of her right boot, and she had the right foot planted inside the stumps, inside the crease, and she was struck with a little bit of movement, but going on to hit the leg stump. Intelligent stuff from Cherry Ann Fraser indeed.
So Therese Parker has come out in the middle, and she too is left-handed. And, you know, the pressure is being maintained here on the Leeward Islands with 2 slips. Third man backward point and extra cover on the mid-off as well.
I'm not sure I like the move of the Leewards opening with Clark and Richards. They're both good hitters of the ball. They can time the ball well. I would have gone for Dullabile to open the batting. Leewards 14 for 5, 8 overs gone. But I would have gone for Dullabile because she's stubborn at the top of the order. And you get the impression she's the kind of player that would stick it out and stay there. And let the other wickets fall around her, but let her remain there and focus. And put Guyana under a bit of pressure in the sense of the Guyanese having to bowl more overs. But you look at this disastrous situation the Leewards are in, it's indeed not good for them.
And this is nicely cut away by Dullabile. And she played it very carefully, getting a single and get off strike as well. 15 for the loss of 5. Well, that's the position she has been batting in this Leeward Islands team, batting at number 3. So maybe they just do not want to change that for her where it suits her. But she's one of them that can stick around for a while.
You've got to give credit to the Guyanese bowling side here. They've used the conditions well. Both smart, very experienced. Cherry Ann Fraser growing in confidence and stature as a young fast bowler for the West Indies as well. And they've stuck to their task well, bowled very well, good lines, good lengths. And that's how you look at the results. Smart has picked up 3, Fraser's picked up 2. And you know, it says a lot about the Guyana opening attack. You look at these 2 girls, really, Smart has been around for a long time. I think how the Guyana camp should be thinking in terms of vision is that if Smart decides that she's playing in her last year or so, or let's say she has a year or 2, who do you look to open the bowling with a Cherry Ann Fraser now when you look at women's cricket for Guyana going forward?
Now, that was a very good delivery again by Tremaine Smart, right on target. And I think the left-handed Therese Parker did well getting in behind it. My suggestion to these 2 batters out in the middle, you're 15 for 5. Just look to preserve that wicket and look for your singles. You don't have to rush to get to the singles. Play every ball on its merit, like this one here. A delivery that was well pitched up, and you see there Therese Parker just moving inside the line and defending. This is what you need to do. Don't panic. Runs can come. It's a 50-over game. So it's not all lost for Leewards here. Despite having said that, they know they're in serious trouble.
Look at that delivery, right on target, on the middle stump. And Parker just put the bat down, turned it away to forward square. She has to be very careful, both batters. They need to watch the ball out of the hand of the bowlers, watch the line, and know how to be very selective in playing their shots. That's important. Hector's shot was a bad one for the captain. She got a lovely 4-6 the other day and didn't get to that half century. I think Leewards are banking on her as a very talented, gifted player to have gone on here in this game.
The last delivery of over number 9, well pitched up. The over comes to an end. It's 15 for 5, the Leeward Islands. Parker yet to score. Dullabile is on 1. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from the National Stadium at Providence.
I keep asking myself the question in terms of women's cricket. You look at the difference in the sides. You look at Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and Guyana. The top 4 teams in ladies regional cricket. And then you look at the Windwards and the Leewards. The Windwards have played reasonably good cricket for sure. They're bowling and feeling very good, but the Leewards have been on the par, especially in their batting.
Cherry Ann Fraser once again straying down the leg side and called another wide. So her plan, she wants to get it as straight as possible to the leg stump with that delivery there. And this big inward movement, she's looking for LBW or bold. And of course, if she gets it short of a length and gets some bounce, there might be a catch in the slips as well. Was a good drive, looking for the single there, Dullabile, but cannot pierce the offside field. So it has been all Guyana so far this morning. Leeward Islands just playing catch-up cricket at the moment. Like I said, it's not all lost for them. A good partnership here can stabilize the innings. It's a 50-over game, so you don't mind a few maiden overs being bowled. Preservation of the wicket is the key at this juncture. That's another good delivery, just moving away from the right-hander. And this is good bowling here by Fraser. 2 for 8. She's in her 5th over. Back in the pavilion, Jensen Richards for 3, Melissa Clark for 2, Hector didn't score, Willett 1, and Freeman 1. Those are the wickets back in the pavilion.
And because Sherry-Ann Fraser is such a hard worker, she trains hard, she keeps herself fit. Because she's that kind of cricketer, that's why at times she may pick up little tits and bits in terms of injury. She's got to keep a check on her knees, especially that right knee, very important. When you're a fast bowler, you've got to be strong. And those knees have to stand up to hard fast bowling.
And this is going to be another wide, and Cherry-Ann knows that she's losing the rhythm here. She's losing her line, and that's something that must be corrected, because when you're in a high, you want to ensure that you enjoy that momentum. Just keep it up a little.
We talked about opening bowlers coming through for Guyana. You look at Orva Giddens, she's going to eventually depart the scenes at some point in time. That's caught, that's slip. Mandy Mangru takes the catch easy. On a Tuesday morning, easy. Dullabile, the one who should have stayed there and showed that she's got stubborn resistance.
And just look at the replay there. We'll see that was a delivery short and moved away. That was beautifully bowled once again. And that was the plan that Fraser was using. She was trying to get the ball on the leg stump. She went for a few wide. This time she got it correct around the middle stump area, and it moved. You look there at Dullabile. She was trying to take the bat away from it, just couldn't. And that was a brilliant catch taken by Mandy Mangru. 17 for the loss of 6. And when you look at one stage, there were 9 for the loss of the first wicket. 7 runs have been scored since then, and they have lost 6 wickets. This is catastrophe for the Leeward Islands.
Yes, 8 runs. And you look at Sherry-Ann Fraser. She's a model of concentration here. She got that ball to pitch just on or about the off stump, a little bit of bite into it, and then it pitched. It was quick and it moved, and Dullabile had no answer for that. She just came forward slightly, pushed the bat at it, and a big healthy edge, and went straight into the hands of Mandy Mangru, who's a very good fielder at slip. And now Fraser's picked up her 3rd wicket, and both Guyanese fast bowlers have done enormous work for them already in this game.
Amanda Edwards facing her first delivery, and playing well too. And you can see Amanda Edwards there walking, just looking at the turf. She looks around. There must be butterflies in the stomach. She knows that a partnership is very important here.
And she's a big, hard-hitting batter for the Leewards as well. Good all-rounder, can bowl as well.
Here is a drive through extra cover. They've taken 1. Will they challenge the arm for the second? No, they won't. The left-handed return comes in. So 10 overs gone. The Leeward Islands are 18 for the loss of 6. Parker's yet to score. Edwards is on 1, and as Pastor Matthew Kisoon summarized the last over by Cherry-Ann Fraser, he will be joined by Mikuwania.
A brilliant over from Cherry-Ann Fraser, kept the ball on a good line and length, and reaped the rewards of picking up Dullabile, who was a stubborn cricketer, but she had no answer for one that pitched on her about the off stump. Little bit of pace on it and movement. She pushed the bat, got a tick outside edge, went to slip, taken by Mangru. And so Dullabile went for 1. And really, even as Mikuwania Israel slips in, taking over from Inderjeet, that vision they've got in place to ensure that their cricket can improve. Here's a ball that wraps around the pad. That's Amanda Edwards. probably going down the leg side as the 11th over starts from Tremaine Smart. But both paces have been on for Guyana, and they've both done well. They've both done the hard work. 6 wickets shared between both of them, 3 wickets apiece for both fast bowlers, and they've stuck to the task, and they've done good service for the captain. And so the big question I'm asking as Miku gets ready to come in is, what can the Leewards do to really improve their overall cricket and their batting effort? I'm not going to ask Miku to answer that, but that's the question I'm asking myself, because really and truly it's their batting that has truly let them down in this series. They've got good bowlers, good all-rounders, and they can feel well, but it's their batters who've really let them down. Ball down, middle stump, knocked out of the ground. And here is Tremaine Smart going on a celebration run. And the players are going to come around us. It's all happening at the National Stadium at Providence. And Amanda Edwards not lasting long at all. As we say, good morning to Miku. We'll have a look at the replay. But that was a beauty that knocked the middle stump out of the ground in spectacular fashion. And Amanda Edwards has gone back to the pavilion. It's 18 for 7. We're going to have a look at our replay in a moment.
It's amazing stuff here, Matthew. Good morning to our viewers and listeners throughout the region, Guyana, and even the wider world. This is a totally incredible performance by the Guyana bowling attack, or should I say just Tremaine Smart and Sherian Fraser. It's wonderful display of seam bowling. Kind of wonder if you're at Old Trafford for the first day of a test match. Nice movement, especially coming from Sherian Fraser. A lot more application would be needed by the Leeward batters, but it just wasn't to be. As we see with that last wicket, the batter, they're just not getting across to cover the ball, to get into that forward defensive strike, just standing at the crease and pushing the bat at it. So Rosalie Dullabile faces her first ball.
Talent as well in Dullabile, talent in Willett, talent in Hector and Edwards, but really the Leewards batting has really been disastrous this season for them. Has really let them down. Looking for a single, the return comes in, and she had to get back into her ground. Dullabile disappointed, played that shot, punched it into the offside to Millington at extra cover. And the return came in. She was about halfway down the track when she had to turn around and scamper back into her ground. The total is kept on 18 for 7. Dullabile wants to get on with it. She wants to score because this is an embarrassing total, 18 for 7. Not what the doctor ordered for the Leewards. No.
A full toss there. Just not getting the timing right. And it just seems to me there's a bit of disagreement with the two batters. So even at the end of the 11th over, it is 18 for 7. And that is 18, ladies and gentlemen. Guyana totally on top here. This is a totally dominating performance.
And why would the Leewards win the toss and decided to bat? You would have moisture in the wicket. We've had a lot of rain. And so getting the ball to swing and the away movement into the left-handers, both bowlers have used the conditions well. Why would you win the toss and elect to bat? That's my problem with when you win the toss and you make a decision. That's a wide called by umpire Nankumar Shiv Sankar, a rare wide, but extras have gone into double figures now. It's 10, so just 9 runs have come off the bat. And both batters yet to score. Fraser 3 for 12. And Smart has picked up 4 wickets so far under her belt. That's going down the leg side in the mind of umpire Shiv Sankar. Good delivery, pitched on about the middle and leg stump and going a little bit further away down the leg side. An optimistic appeal from Fraser and the members of the Guyana side, but the Leewards 19 for 7 in the 12th over tells the sorry story and sums up their season this year in Guyana in this tournament?
Yeah, that is a good question, Matthew. It's not only the moisture in the wicket, but it's also the overcast conditions. As we see Fraser exploiting the conditions in an excellent and efficient manner, getting that ball to swing. It was like wonderful, what we say, like a banana swing taking place, of bringing the ball back into the left-handers and taking it away from the right-handers.
And who says that the Leewards bowlers could not have got the same sort of results here as well if they decided to bowl first? You've got Hector, the captain, can bowl. You've got Amanda Edwards. They've got Willett, the spinner, and so on. So they've got bowlers. So why win the toss and bat first when you know the conditions might not favor you at all?
Yeah, that would be an interesting bit of study there to find out what was exactly the thought process, especially knowing that the strength of your team isn't the batting, it's your bowling. Your bowling is much more effective than the batting, as we've seen throughout this tournament. So that would be a good something maybe we can find out a bit later, what was the thought process in that. But take nothing away from the Guyanese ladies. They are on top. That was an interesting I can't recall seeing that throughout this tournament. She just left it and allowed the ball to go down the leg side. Good umpiring there by Shiv Sankar, not calling that a wide, because the batter would have deliberately pulled away and not played a shot at that delivery.
Actually pulled inside the stumps and the ball went just outside the leg stump.
Again, we see that movement away from the right hand. She's actually lucky that that ball, the previous delivery, did not come back in, because that would have been her leg stump. So after 12 overs, the Leeward Islands are 20 for 7 in this CG United Super 50 Cup clash.
And look at Leewards, no movement of the feet, just stood there and hung the bat, last delivery outside the off stump. These girls are a little bit timid here. They realize that the Guyana bowlers have been on top, both Fraser and Smart, and they're both continuing. Smart about to bowl her 7th over, 4 for 7. Look at Fraser, 6 overs, 3 for 14. It's 20 for 7. And you get the impression this game could be over in a matter of another hour or so. This game could be all over, based on the way they've approached their innings, with timidity, playing on certain shots. But at the end of the day, the bowling has been totally on top. It's been a masterpiece between these two fast bowlers for Guyana to set up such a situation for Guyana to really come home with a victory eventually, because you look at this total of 20 for 7, you don't see much more happening really. The bottom end of the Leewards batting have got to put up some resistance to get a little decentish total, but maybe not enough for Guyana, of course.
Yeah, it's a good display, especially by our Guyana Amazon Warriors female team representative, Sherry-Ann Fraser, picking up 3 wickets so far and could possibly get a few more. So it is really good to see. Also in that team is Casey Schultz, Gajnabi, and Shemaine Campbell, of course. So that alone, you look at this Super 50 clash here, and then you see the quality that is going to be in our T20 side for the CPL, and you know that it's going to be a good competition. It's going to be exciting. So I, for one, I'm looking forward to that. Rosalie Dullabile having a heave here, out to mid-wicket. No real timing in the shot. Maybe she could have just opened the face of the bat and placed that one through the offside. She's just looking to make a heave. Tremaine Smart on top. The seasoned campaigner doing cartwheels on the field, which is great to see. Great to see her enjoying our cricket, and that's edged. But just dropping short there of Mandy Mangru, waiting in the slip cordon there.
Yes, that was edge. She backed away and then hung the bat there, got a tick outside edge. It dropped way in front of Mangru, who did well to retrieve at slip. They didn't get a run. 21 for 7. 1 run came off the bat of, that's Parker. So 13 overs have been completed here at the National Stadium at Providence. The Leeward Islands winning the toss and electing to bat, which has turned against them based on excellent bowling from the Guyanese fast bowlers, both Fraser and Smart. They're 21 for 7. Parker is 2. Leewards yet to score from 9. And it's a good time to remind you that you're listening to CG United Super 50 Cup Cricket Regional Women tournament here at the National Stadium at Providence in the beautiful country of Guyana.
Well said there, Matthew. And we're going to have our first bowling change, which is a little disappointing to see because I was enjoying that bit of fast bowling there by Sherry Ann Fraser. But Flaffiana Millington is going to come into the attack to bowl her off spin.
Look, but I'm satisfied with what the two girls have done. Fraser 6 overs, 3 for 13. Smart 7 overs, 4 for 8. You couldn't ask for better from your two opening bowlers. So give Fraser a rest, because remember she's just come off of an injury as well to her right knee. So don't put pressure on her. Let your spinner come and do some work, because the spinners for Guyana have done good service as well for the side. And look at that first delivery. It went on with the arm just outside the off stump, no turn at all. That's beautiful bowling. And she mixes her deliveries up well, Flaffiana Millington.
Yeah, no criticism at all, just from a pure cricketing perspective. You're enjoying that fast one. This one, she had a swing going down the leg side. It missed the keeper, missed everyone. I'm not sure if she got some leg buys, so would have just touched the pad, but that one looked like it was going down the leg side and just maybe clipped the pad and then came back. Lucky not to have cannon on to the stumps there.
Yeah, the left-hander getting down on her knees, looking to swing that over backward square. Came off the pads, went behind the keeper, picked up 2 leg buys for the total. That one is on the off stump now. Good bowling by Flaffiana Millington. But basics of cricket missing from Leewards. She was ball watching when they took the first run. 2 runs were easy there. And she was ball watching and had to be called feverishly by Parker to come through for that second run. That's not good cricket from the Leewards. You can sense that in their camp, there's disappointment, there's uncertainty, there's timidity, and that's not what you need. You still got to fight. 7 wickets are down. You still got some others to come and bat for your team. So don't give up as yet. The total is poor, 23 for 7, but you've got both Leewards and Park out there. They can both bat. And then you look at the others to come, the other 2 players to come. You've still got something to work with to get some runs.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit easier said than done. So 14 overs, 23 for 7. With a bit of empathy, thinking about the mindset of the Leewards team, they would have had a very difficult tournament for the entire T20 and now the Super 50. And I don't think they won any game in the T20 version, and it's going to be the same thing here. So, their mindset, they would need as much support as they can. The coaching staff, the management have got to work with the girls as much as possible. So they may not be in the best state of mind at this time.
Spin from both ends. Kaisia Schultz comes into the attack from the media center and the northern end of Providence. And she's a good bowler as well. Practices a lot in the Georgetown area with Guyana. I think she did some work on the close watch of former Guyana West Indies off spinner Clyde Butts. Kaisia Schultz always eager and interested to play a lot of cricket as well. Herself, Plafiana Millington, Shanetta Grimman, who hasn't come on as yet from Berbice. All three are good spinners for Guyana. And, you know, a lot will depend on them, especially in the middle part of innings for Guyana when bowling, to really peg back teams. And they've done good work. They cannot afford to relax now because 7 wickets have fallen. That's hit in the air over the wide mid-on area. A chase for Gajnabi. They've taken 1. And because Gajnabi is a very good fielder, they couldn't get a second run, 24 for 7. But she lifted it in the air into the wide mid-on area. Gajnabi moving to her right. And she got the single. So Leewards is 1 from 13. Park is 2 from 18. It's a struggle. But yes, I quite agree with you, Mikuwanya, that the Leewards batting, they will need to go back to the drawing board, whatever the size of their drawing board in terms of ladies cricket, because West Indies cricket always has a drawing board, as you would know. But they will have to go back to their drawing board and come up with a master plan to improve their batting effort.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that this is why, you know, you employ the services of the experts in these fields, whatever field it is, because these are the people who you would expect to bring solutions to whatever the problems are. So, you know, a lot would be dependent on those solutions to fix this Leeward Islands team.
A slug sweep by Therese Parker down towards square leg with Cherry Ann Fraser Fields. Got it off the bottom portion of the bat as 15 overs are being completed here at the National Stadium at Providence. The Leeward Islands winning the toss and electing to bat in this Zone B game, match number 6. They're 25 for 7.
Millington to continue. Nice drive down the ground there by Parker. Guyana totally on top, strangling the Leeward Islands batters. 25 runs for 7 wickets. Terrible start. If you're backing the Leewards, excellent. If you are a Guyanese supporter, you know, I usually would encourage Guyanese to come out and support our girls, but I'm wondering if I should do that now, Matthew. Do you think I should put out that public invitation at 25 for 7 and 15 overs?
The game will be over very early today. Look at that. Pitched on about the off stump, turned across. Parker, who was feeling for that. She was feeling for that delivery. Missed the shot taken by the keeper. How did that miss the edge? Only the cricketing pundits can answer that. Look at the replay. She's inside of her stumps.
So it looks like though as if she's just, you know, just throwing the bat at the delivery, not much foot movement, you know, trying to get to the pitch, you know, convincing forward defensive shot. We're not seeing that. She's just putting the bat down. Oh, what a sweep. Beating Tremaine Smart there at a short backward square position, and it goes to the boundary for 4. Some signs of life from the Leeward Islands.
But I think that's the first boundary, if I'm correct, by the Leeward Islands today, and that was nicely swept by Parker, the wicketkeeper batter for the Leewards, down towards backward square, picked up the boundary, even though Smart give chase to her left. And we see a Guyanese fielder down, but she'll get her back now. Always concerns for these ladies, and that's Smart, of course. After galloping, that was like a 50-meter sprint on the boundary area. But she couldn't save the boundary. 29 for 7. 1 delivery left in the 16th over.
Yeah, a funny moment there. Viewers may not have picked it up, but our physio, that would be the Guyanese physio, she came running out to render assistance to Tremaine Smart, and as she got close to her, Tremaine Smart waved her off and said, "I'm fine," and she stood there looking at her like, really? It was a funny moment. These girls, they all, mixed together well. There's great camaraderie in the side. So it was a light moment.
16 overs gone, 29 for 7. More from Mikuwanya Yisrael. And joining the commentary booth will be Wadikar Kemraj. First time I'm calling him by the name Wadikar.
To you.
Good morning
How are
to you,
you?
Miku. I know you're looking at me because previously you mentioned Anthony, and suddenly Matthew said Wadikar. Yes, Wadikar. So yes, it's all happening out in the middle, and the Guyana team, you look at them, there is a fear or there is maximum confidence in whatever they do, and this is really good signs for West Indies cricket as Schultz continues.
Yes, it definitely is. Just to revisit a bit, the Guyanese physio, Jana Edgel, doing a tremendous job with the team, always on the ball, ready to render assistance whenever possible. And I also noticed that a few days ago, when there was an injury to a Leeward Island player, she was also out there rendering support as well. So it's not a thing whereby it's shared knowledge, shared expertise. So it's good to see that camaraderie is there throughout all the teams. Yeah.
Yes, and you would have followed the tournament previously. When a player was injured, you would see these the physios would come out, and you would see lending their support, and the opposing team as well. So it is not only for the team, the opposition, they do care about it. And that's a good sign. It's good for West Indies cricket. This ball is tapped out into the offside. They get another single. The question was asked earlier by a number of people in the commentary box and around Providence. Why did the Leewards, win the toss and overcast conditions, and they you would want to bat? Perhaps I'm thinking they backed their batting. And they did not look at being dismissed cheaply. It's 30 for 7. It's a sorry scorecard when you look at it. But I tell you something. In life, in cricket, in sports, you have to be confident. And I guess they backed their ability. But sadly, they folded.
Yeah, that is a popular mindset for sports, cricket in general. You've got to back yourself. So here we see 17 overs gone. It is now 30 for 7. The umpires have called for a drinks break. So we're going to break for a bit, get ourselves refreshed, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
Yes, so welcome back here to Providence. The players just finished their refreshment break and are back out in the middle, hoping to continue the long battle. The struggle for the Leeward Islands continues. 30 for 7. We've had 17 overs bowled of this allotment of 50. But I tell you something, Miku, and listeners and viewers out there. I would love to see the Leeward Islands go patiently from here. I don't mind they score maybe 120, 150. But I just want to see them bat and bat for long periods. That's the thing. And to get better, you can only stay at the crease. You don't score runs in the pavilion. Am I right, Miku?
You're spot on. And they have 50 overs, which is about 33 overs remaining. So if they would just want to occupy the crease and take up the time, get some more overs under the belt, that's what they have to do. It would be better than just to fold for maybe 40 all out in 25 overs or something like that. So they have their allotted overs. It's theirs, so use it up as best as you can.
So Flaviana Millington is bowling from the southern end. And one of the bowlers who would want to impress. The score goes up to 31 for 7. Parker has 7 to her name, 27 deliveries. That's what I'm talking about. Occupation of the crease. And Leewards 3 from 21. And Millington will cut between the stumps and the umpire.
Yeah, definitely. Millington has been a good, steady performer for the Guyana team. And her captain showing a bit of confidence in her. Looking to wrap up this Leeward Islands lower order. But I tell you, Andrew, looking to our left, it's not a good sign, as we see the ground staff at the ready with the covers, so they are predicting a bit of rain. Even as we look out to our right, we can see the clouds headed this way over the National Stadium here at Providence. So that's even more reason why the Guyana would want to wrap up this innings as quickly as possible.
Yes, they'd want to get to make further inroads into the Leewards batting. The current rate is just over a run per over. That's not the interest of the Guyanese right now. What they're interested is taking the 3 remaining wickets. Leewards has 3 from 21, Parker 8 from 30. So they'd want to demolish these two and get to the last batter, see how early they can get in there and get the runs. And as you said, the weather is not to the liking of everyone here at Providence. It's been a rainy week, we must say that. Unfortunately, the rain has affected the tournament. But I'm hoping that it stays away and comes back another day. My hope maybe might be far from what is reality, because it's pretty cloudy. And we just hope it stays away to 32 for 7 as Schultz continues from the media center end.
Even as you mentioned that, I remember, dropping short again, outside edge found. Mandy Mangru just dropping short of her. As you see Schultz coming into bowl with her left arm spin.
This is an excellent piece of work in the offside there by the fielder. That's Katana Mentor diving to her right. It just goes to show once fielding can be important, once your bowling is on target and you play as a team, you can do massive things. And the Guyanese are just brilliant out in the middle. Their fielding is working for them, their bowling is good. And when it comes to batting, I guess that's going to be good as well. So this is really competitive cricket from them.
Yeah, I think there's a case here to even maybe bring back your fast bowlers to try to wrap up this innings, even with the impending rain. But I noticed that Tremaine Smart, she's just gripping her thigh area. And during the drinks break, the physio, Jana Edgil, was actually working on her with that magic spray, trying to fix that, whatever niggle she may have had. So at this point, I'm thinking, try to get it done as quickly as possible.
Yes, and as we speak to you, the drizzles are coming on here at Providence, and we just hope that they'll stay away though. It's getting really dark. The players are still out in the middle though. Schultz continues from the media center end.
Yeah, and that's the end.
Now, I think the players are coming off. I'm not pretty sure what's happening here. I think the umpires are in consultation. No, I think that the players are just moving around quickly. They realize what's happening. Look, we need to get to our positions very quickly, so we're scampering. That's nice to see.
Yes, end of the over, 19th finish, third or 4 for 7. Good awareness by the Guyanese ladies, trying to scamper to get to their positions. Maybe trying to send a message to the umpires, hey, we're okay, we don't need to go off.
Yes, and in a situation like this, an opposing team, you have the team on the back foot. They're 34 for 7. Why would you want to go off, just like that? It might come down heavy. You're saying no, we're not coming off. But the umpires rule the game, and I'm pretty sure a decision will be made pretty shortly. This is pulled away, down to mid-wicket. The fielder comes off the boundary there. That's Grimmon, and has a return being sent. In fact, it's a no ball as well. So are we going to have our first free hit of the match, interestingly? For those who would love to take their stats, this is the first free hit of the match, 34 for 7.
Yeah, high full pitch delivery above the waist of the batter standing at the crease. So that's a no ball. But
He's coming down, and this is heaved down to Gajnaby at a long off. They only get a run. So a good ball there, being bowled by... That's Millington. The score has gone up to 37 for the loss of 7 wickets. And the struggle continues for the Leeward Islands.
I'm just wondering how long would umpire Shiv Sankar and umpire Crawford keep them out there. It's a steady drizzle. It's not a heavy shower just yet, but just a steady drizzle. And remember, the pitch is getting soaked all along, so we want to see how long the umpire will keep them out there.
This is wide, almost wide outside the off stump, and taken by Shemaine. Spear thought for Shemaine Campbell. I do think, Miku, that she has led this guy in the team really well.
Excellently, even in the T20 and now in the 50 overs, she has been tremendous, using her experience that she would have gotten from being an international cricketer. And Shemaine Campbell has been a performer for many years now. So she's just passing on that experience to this current Guyana team.
This is pitched up. She's down the track, the left-hander, and they're trying to pierce the offside field. Can't beat the field. So we've had another over bowled. The Leeward Islands winning the toss and batting here against Guyana, the Providence Stadium. They're 38 for 7. That's the latest score. So as we said to you earlier, the drizzles are very persistent, and the umpires have not taken the players off the field. The plays continue, 38 for 7. Schultz continues and bowls from the media center end. This is whipped into the onside, straight to that's Fraser at mid-wicket. Has a return to the striker's end, and they get another single. This pair here, they've done pretty well so far, 39 for 7. We're in over number 21. Let me welcome back Indrajit. Good morning again, Indrajit.
Hello to you, Wadikar. Hello to all our viewers and the listeners. Yes, a little bit of a fight back between these two. It's a 50-over game, and their approach has been a good one as Guyana look to pick up another wicket here. This is what you want to see, a fight.
Yes, you just don't want to go down dying just like that. You must put up a fight, and this is really good for West Indies cricket.
Yes, and a big cut shot there, maybe looking to get it through backward point. Parker not making any contact and crashing down on the pitch as well.
So this is really slow progress. 39 for 7, 20. We're on over number 21, and the maximum is 50. But Guyana really, they keep maintaining this pressure on the Leeward Islands. Indeed, maybe if I can ask you your thoughts, maybe the Leeward Islands winning the toss and choosing to bat first at Providence, given the weather conditions?
Well, I think what they wanted to do, they wanted to lay a foundation and put a score on the board and ask Guyana to get that, mindful of the rainy conditions as well. However, in these kinds of conditions where you have the wind not blowing too much, but it's humid, you expect the ball to seam around a little. I think the decision has backfired on them. It has, 39 for the loss of 7. And on another day, they might have been bowling for us.
Good. So there you had it. Another over has been completed. We've had now what? 21 overs bowled, 39 for 7. Parker has 10. Leewards has 7. This is a good time to remind you, you're listening to the CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence.
Yes, and Wadikar, when you look at the seam bowlers for Guyana, Smart 4 for 8, Fraser 3 for 13. Between the two of them, they sent down 13 overs, and they picked up 7 for 21. I felt, however, now this is a ball that is smashed over short mid-wicket out towards the boundary. Gajnabi, she tried to stop it with the foot. My word, she is in agony there. As the return comes in, well, this is something we have seen by our female cricketers. Many of them running and stopping the ball with their foot. And we always said how dangerous that can be. Well, Gajnabi has suffered here. She's banging away at the ground, but she's in tremendous agony. Sorry, it has already happened there. Lots of players are around her. We hope that is not too much dangerous out on the boundary area. We shall keep you updated as to what is happening there. She is definitely going to come off the field. The physio is there. She's limping, and that's not a good sign at all. So we can remind you that the Leewards, they have moved on to 42 for the loss of 7 wickets. Those back in the pavilion, Richards 3, Melissa 2, Hector didn't score, Willett 1, Freeman 1, Dullabile 1, and so too Edwards scoring 1. The bulk of the bowling has been done by the 2 medium-fast bowlers, picking up 7 for 21. Between them, Smart 4 for 8 and Fraser 3 for 13.
Coming back to Gajnabi, and as you rightly said, why not go down and feel the ball with your hand rather than stopping it with your boot? But unfortunately for her, she might have affected her ankle. She's been taken off the field. We hope, though, that she's going to be fine very soon, and she's going to be back up. It's a sorry thing to happen in West Indies cricket. We don't want injuries. These girls are now participating in the regional competition, looking forward for international duties and all of that. 39 for 7 here, the Leeward Islands. The struggle continues for them. And really good bowling, as you said.
So Millington continues just after the little break. That was nicely tossed up. Has been economical. She's in her 5th over, and so far she has picked up none for 10. And the other spinner, Schultz, 4 overs, none for 6. So it has been all Guyana, but a little fight back here from the Leeward Islands.
This is stroked back up to the bowler. What a simple cotton bowl. And Millington takes the catch. And the batter goes back to the pavilion. And we look at the replay now. Ball pitched up. And she was into the drive very quickly. Was probably looking for the aerial route. And might have hit maybe the top of the bat, yes. And stroking the ball back up the track. She takes the catch. Another wicket goes down for the Leeward Islands. The struggle continues. They're 41 now for the loss of 8 wickets.
Yes, and I'm afraid that was a very soft dismissal there, just pushing forward Leewards and giving the bowler what you will call a practice catch. Soft dismissal. She is headed back to the pavilion. More worries here now for the Leeward Islands. They're 42 for the loss of 8 as the new batter, that's Tiffany Turp, makes her way out in the middle. So, Wadikar, just a little bit of stumbling block for the partnership we had when the last wicket fell. It is left to be seen now what these two can do out in the middle. That's Turp and Parker. Leewards, she has gone for 9.
Yes, if you look at Leewards' innings so far, she's faced some 29 deliveries. So that will tell you that, look, I'm staying here. I don't want to get out. But my word, wickets going down very, very quickly.
So Fluffiana Millington will continue her battle. And this time this pierces the offside field. It's going to run a little bit close to the boundary. And the left-handed return will come in now from Kaisia Schultz. Good-looking shot. Nothing was wrong with it. Just backing away a little and stroking it away through extra cover and picking up the run. 43 for the loss of 8.
Yes, so we've lost the sunshine that we had a little bit this morning, and it's really now really cool here at the Providence Stadium. You get the feeling that we might have rain anytime, but I just hope that it's gonna stay away. But it's really dark out in the middle. The players are battling out. Another over has been completed. So we've had
22 overs gone. It's 43 for the loss of 8.
Yes, and I was talking about Leewards' innings, and she's willing there to. She's 29 balls she's faced for 9 runs. So it just goes to show that she's committed to her task out in the middle, even though wickets are falling around her.
Well, Leewards played her part until she was dismissed. Like I said, it was a soft dismissal. Just might have miscalculated a little. I'm sure a little technical problem that we are facing here will be rectified. But out in the middle there, it's Parker and Thurp.
So that's Munisar, who continues from the media center end. So there's a change in bowling from the top end. And this ball is stroked out into the offside. And the left-hander can get a run. Still 43 for the loss of 8.
Yes, and Munisar has replaced Schultz from that end. This is her debut season for Munisar, and congratulations to her. Whatever opportunity she has been given, she's making use of them.
And she's one also, Illegit, who is pursuing her academic career as well. And that's so brilliant to see, apart from sport, that these girls are involved in academics as well.
So the big sweep shot didn't make any contact there whatsoever. The score stays on 43 for the loss of 8. Has to be careful here. You don't want to be trapped in front leg before playing those shots. Play every ball on its merit.
This is pulled down to backward square, which is vacant. That will go away for 4 by Parker. Well, she had the opportunity and seized it very quickly. Picked up a very, very important boundary for the Leeward Islands. They have now gone up to 48 and make it for the loss of 8 wickets. Good shot.
Yeah, certainly it's a full toss, and you can't be bowling full tosses here. You are going to be deposited anyway, and she could have hit it forward of square, but she did the right thing. There was protection on the boundary. She chose to delay the shot a little and get it down towards the backward square. Fine looking shot.
She lets it go, taken by Shemaine Campbell. And I was talking about academics, Inderjeet. You were one who were always behind the academic field, and to have youngsters be involved in sports and academics.
That's a great shot. Down on one knees and carting this one away out through backward square for 4. Great timing. And we shall see on the replay how she went down and picked it up beautifully of the meat of the bat, and it's sped down towards the boundary for 4 on the full toss. And if you're going to sweep, you sweep on length, and she picked that one perfectly, Parker.
Yes, you know, being there for a while, she's faced, what, 43 deliveries, if I'm correct, and she scored. So the 50 has come up too for the Leeward Islands. Congratulations to them, having been in a really precarious position earlier on. So they are building, but building very slowly. 52 for 8.
Well, Wadikar, they won't mind how slow it is. They want to bat out these 50 overs. 23 overs gone. The Leeward Islands fighting back. They're 52 for the loss of 8 wickets.
Yes, being in that position, and I'm just coming back to what I asked you earlier. I guess you don't see a problem being involved in academics and sports once you can balance them both.
Yeah, and it's good to see that institutions can provide the opportunities for children who are academically inclined to play sports as well. I mean, humans, we are made for locomotive skills, and once we can develop those, you know, it's all important. It adds to the whole nature of the human being. Sports complements your academic, whatever you want to do with it, so it helps a lot.
So Tremaine Smart continues from this the Players Pavilion end. She replaces Millington, and she's going to bowl to, that's Parker, am I correct?
Well, what Campbell is trying to do here is to go for the kill. The off-spinners did not bring the wicket here, so she has turned to Tremaine Smart.
In fact, it's a Thorpe correction. Yes, and she bowled earlier, she bowled a brilliant spell along with Cherry Ann Fraser. And maybe the captain was thinking, okay, it's time to take you off. Maybe you're looking at you getting a little bit tired. But now she's coming back, the conditions remain the same. Why not? Go for it. Just 2 wickets to get.
Yes, Schultz 4 overs for 7 runs. And Smart 7 overs, 4 for 8. So she's looking for a 5-wicket haul, and Shemaine Campbell is giving her that opportunity, switching her from the northern end to the southern end of the ground. I would like to see Campbell just put in another slip there, because you're having the Leeward Islands 52 for the loss of 8. Be a little bit more aggressive.
This is a ball that's pushed into the onside, which is vacant. And the fielder comes off the boundary very quickly. And that's Sharika Campbell. And they get another single. Good running between the wickets. 53 for the loss of 8 wickets. It just goes to show, Inderjeet, that once you have a plan in place, then you can work towards it. That ball was dropped on the onside and they sped away for a single. 53 for 8.
Yes, and good communication as well. And here is where the awareness level comes in. You know where the fielders are. You know where your scoring opportunity is. And Sharika Campbell is on the field. There was a diving effort there by Tremaine Smart, looking to save the single. The ball eludes her, and they get the single nevertheless. But this is what success can do. It gives you the energy to go beyond the call, diving full stretch, and not managing to save that one. I was making the point, Campbell is on the field, and that's because Gajnabi has been injured, stepping on a ball that she was trying to save a boundary.
And looking at Thorpe, she looks a natural back foot player. And some back foot players over the years have been sweet players to watch. She's not getting her timing right, perhaps just looking for too much power, more than placement. 54 for 8. She remains on 3 of 7. Parker has 19 from 51. So these two will be looking to build it slowly to see how far they can go.
Final delivery. This is a drive down towards mid-off. Cannot get past the field. 24 overs gone. Thorpe is on 3. Parker is on 19. The Leeward Islands winning the toss and batting 58 for the loss of 4. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence.
So just in case you've joined us late, you know, it's been a torrid time for the Leeward Islands, winning the toss this morning and batting here against Guyana in match number 6. And reminding you that tomorrow, of course, is the first semi-final. We did say earlier that, you know, it depends on what these two teams would come up with the points. But of course, Guyana win, they go straight through to the semifinals. The Leeward Islands would also want to get a win. So Inderjeet, 54 for 8. You'd want to give it to Guyana during the course of this match, up until this point?
Well, yes, they have done well. Guyana, after being asked to bowl first, made use of the good conditions, saw some good seam bowling by both Smart and Fraser, and certainly that's the reason why the Leeward Islands are struggling on 54 for the loss of 8. But this is cricket. We have seen the twists and turns on so many occasions. Those are runs on the board.
Yes, runs on the board are runs on the board already, and you have to go out and get them. And having won the toss, I guess the Leeward Islands camp would still argue, look, if we get up to 100, maybe 120, who knows? You know, we're going to fight. We're going to fight your way. And you know, you just can't go down dying just like that. As you see a change in bowling, that's Fraser, who will continue from the media center end to start over number 25.
Yes, 3 for 13 from 6 over, Cherry Ann Fraser. And she now has been switched to the top end, that's the northern end of the ground.
A thought here for Shemaine Campbell. She's led the Guyana team well, ringing the changes around in the Jeet.
Well, this is a wide, just straying a little bit for extra pace there, and another run will be added to the score. Yes, and I hear you, Wadi Carr. Charmaine Campbell, she's an experienced cricketer, absolutely good personnel. Bringing that experience here, yes, she has handled this Guyana team very well indeed.
This is cutaway, down pass, backward point. Beat the diving figure of that's the fielder there, that's Schultz. And they get a single. So good rotation in the strike. And the Guyanese, though, they continue to dominate this game. And they would want to take maximum confidence if ever they get up to that semi-final stage. And to see how far they'll advance in this very important tournament. But playing at home in the G, there's always a sense of pride that, you know, you want to do well.
This is going to be another wide. Straying once again. And Wadi Carr, you did mention Campbell managing the team well. This Ghana team, they have potential. They have not played to their true potential in the T20 blaze. They had their match against Trinidad and Tobago washed out, and we are seeing what they can do here. Now, oh, that's a cut shot. Was an expansive cut shot. Got the bottom edge and dragged it away down towards fine leg. And they will get to the single. Well, the umpire is signaling penalty runs. It did hit the helmet. Exactly, the green helmet hidden there by Mandy Mangru after the ball hit it. So the umpire did signal penalty runs there. Unfortunately, because he was beaten by the short ball.
You know, you look at this game, this very interesting game, the game you all love, the game called cricket. And helmet is placed there. Unfortunately for the fielding team, the ball struck the helmet, and you're awarded, the batting team is awarded penalty runs. Amazing game of cricket, isn't it?
Yes, and Mandy Mangru tried to outfox us there. Standing over the helmet, we couldn't see it at all.
She struck on the pad as she tries to turn it down to backward square. That's Parker. They'll get another single though. At this point in time, the Leeward Islands, they would welcome whatever runs they can acquire. 62 for 8 in over number 25. Parker has 20 from 52. And Thorpe, 8 from 9. So the progress is slow, but they would want to argue the Leeward Islands. As you said earlier, runs on the board or runs on the board already.
Yes, they won't mind that the progress is slow because they have lost 8 wickets. They don't mind if they score 1 run and over. Well, they can't score it like this because that was a big drive to a delivery that left her outside the line of the off stump. And Parker has to be careful here because all is not lost. If they can get up to about 90 to 100, you know, that in itself will be a total that they feel they can work with. You don't want to give it away. Yes,
and I think what's very important too, what's very important is that I want to see occupation of the crease more than anything else. Runs will come. You've got to stay and build an innings and partnerships and so forth. Maybe take it in blocks of 2 or 3 or 4 overs. But as long as you can stay out there, show the intent, you know, that you want to build a long innings. 58 for the loss of 8 wickets.
Well, I think we're being misled here. I'm not too sure. I'm seeing the manual scoreboard is saying it's 63.
Yes, Inderjeet, correction, 63 for 8, so my apologies earlier. So what I was saying, Inderjeet, I'm pretty sure that you're going to join with me to say that once you can occupy the crease and stay there for a long period of time, runs will come.
Yes, you cannot be scoring runs sitting in the dugout or the dressing room. That's the only place you can score runs, is out in the middle. And this is excellent bowling here by Cherry Ann Fraser. She maintains this good rhythm. Over number 24 has been completed. Leeward Islands, they're 63 for the loss of 8. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence.
So they have overs. They have a maximum of 25 overs remaining. And, you know, we're back out with the sunshine, even though it's cloudy overhead. We have some sort of sunshine coming out back at the stadium here now. And I guess the Leeward Islands will think, you know what? We can stay here. We can stay from here onwards, Parker and Thorpe, and build an innings and see how far we can take our team. Because we don't want to be dismissed far too in the 50-over mark. So it's nice to see what these two are doing out in the middle. Take nothing away from the Guyanese. I think they're playing well. And let's see what will happen.
So from 14 for 5 to 65 for the loss of 8 in over number 25, there is a little bit of a recovery. And this is good to see. And I feel while the bowling is good, what the batters need to do out in the middle, you play every ball on its merit, you can get the singles, and try to bat as long as possible.
This is a ball that's stroked straight to cover, where Cherry Ann Fraser fields. And there is no run. Still 63 for the loss of 8 wickets. So the Guyanese will want to get the 2 wickets as quickly as possible and come out and knock off the runs and to really improve their run rate if it has to come down to that later on in the competition.
Now that is good cricket. No nerves whatsoever. A good delivery, right on target. And the right-handed Terp just defending on the own side of the pitch. She wasn't looking for that blazing swing of the bat whatsoever. You know, it's important that you understand your role, you understand the match situation, and you respond accordingly.
Well, she looks like a top-order batter, letting that go outside the off-stump. There are only 2 leaves, the bad and good. That was a good one, outside the off-stump. So 63 for the loss of 8 wickets.
Now, that delivery had some movement, but that was after it passed the right-handed Terp. Came back from outside the line of the off-stump. Just missing her run there a little, Tremaine Smart. But we can say to you that Jensen Richards made 3, Melissa Clark 2, Hector didn't score, Willett scored 1, Freeman scored 1, Dullabile 1, Edwards 1, and Liebert made 9. So far, Parker is doing a good job. She has gotten 20 from 55, but will need support. This one is in the air, bisecting the extra cover and the cover, and they will take 1. So while it was in the air, it fell very safely. Has to be careful here, though. Preferably, she should have been driving on the ground.
Yes, and I think, as you said, driving on the ground, finding the gaps, working the ball around. Not necessarily power, but more timing and placement. And, you know, try to bisect the fields and run brilliantly between the wickets. Then you're gonna see yourself doing something better. But they have progressed nicely, though, after that slump, the continued slump, 64 for the loss of 8 wickets.
So Smart still hunting her next wicket from her second spell. And Warikar, she is in her 9th over. 1 delivery to finish off this over. 4 for 11. You know, deep inside of her, she just might be praying, I need that other wicket to get a 5-wicket haul. She has done well. She's the one that started the slide for the Leeward Islands.
Yes, you know, she'd want to get up to that. You know, if she gets up there, that's going to be brilliant to see.
And this is defended. 1 knee down by Parker. Plays it down towards mid-on. 26 overs gone. Parker is on 20. Thurp is on 4. The Leeward Islands here 68. In fact, 64 for the loss of 8. So a little partnership beginning to be built here between these two, Parker and Thurp. They are 64 for the loss of 8. We are about to see over number 27 being bowled by Cherry Ann Fraser. Wadikar has left me, and I've been joined by Pastor Matthew Kissoon. Pastor, 64 for the loss of 8. As this is edged away down towards fine third man, and they'll get the single. 1 more to Thurp. She'll move on to 5. A little recovery from when you were last year.
Yes, certainly. Good morning again to listeners, viewers all over the world, especially in Guyana and the Leeward Islands, Antigua and Anguilla, popular islands there that love their cricket a lot. Yes, good fight back. That's what you need in cricket. When you're 18 for 7 in the 11th over, you need a fight back. And many a times lower order batters have done that for teams. We've seen it in men's cricket. We've seen it in women's cricket. And I like the fight. Parker 20 from 57. I think she's hit 3 boundaries so far. Good sweep of the ball. She sweeps the ball well. Thurp 5 from 15. And number 10 batter who's giving good support. That's what you would have wanted from the top order. Don't go and blast the innings away. You're not exceptional. That's edged over Mangrove, slip down to third man. Good effort by Irva Giddens. Coming around to her right. Good work by the big lady from Berbice, who's been around for a long time, but slashed in the air to the left of Mandy Mangrove, slip for the left-hander, and she picked up a cheeky single there in the Jeet. Thorpe is 5 from 15, Parker 21 from 59, and in the 27th over, the Leewards are 66 for 8.
Well, when you go at it hard, and that is exactly what Parker did. So she got the edge, and it flew over the slip. It's a brilliant take here by Shemaine Campbell, as that one was heading down the leg side. She did well to got it in the gloves.
A bit of an observation, Jeet. These girls have switched ends in terms of bowling. I'm not sure. I know that many times captains come up with little variations and whatnot, but I think I would have kept them bowling from their ends where they picked up their wickets.
Well, nothing is wrong with that. They say variety is the spice of life. And if you're a bowler, you should be able to bowl from both ends. And they're giving them an opportunity to see how they work. And I think why they've been brought back is that the spinners did not dismantle the innings like Shemaine Campbell was looking for. So why not change them from the ends and hope that they can get the wickets for you?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You know, nothing is wrong with it. But I thought that they bowled in their first spell, they bowled very well from their ends.
And that was because primarily they made use of the humid conditions here, cloudy conditions. The sun has so far broken through, much more sunshine. The pitch has been dried out nicely. When I say dried out, I mean whatever moisture they might have been sucked up. So it's a different kettle of fish out in the middle now. Well, this is good bowling. That was right on target. She got the bottom of the bat onto it, squeezed out into the onside. 27 overs gone. It's 6-7 for the loss of 8.
And now what, 24 runs added, if I'm correct, between these two. The previous partnership, when they were 18 for 7 in the 11th, Park and Leewards got together. For that 8 wicket, they added 25 runs. Not a bad effort. But Leewards caught and bowled Millington for 9. What a soft dismissal. She just pushed the ball back to the bowler there. And you can see the disappointment in horn, knowing that it was really a soft dismissal. She wasn't looking that bad at all. A good, talented cricketer from the Leewards, along with the likes of Willett and so on. But Willett didn't get going, and even the captain getting out for a duck really cost the Leewards badly. Well, I noticed Smart's kerchief was dropped out in her run-up. Well, the umpire, Shiv Sankar, would not have seen that.
But at least the umpire standing there at square leg should have been, looking there, because that should have been signaled a dead ball.
I believe so.
And
Well,
batting has become a little bit easier here, whether it's the pitch or the approach by the two batters out in the middle. And certainly if they take their partnership, let's say, Pastor, they score in fives. We're going to look for 5 singles. If in 3 overs we get that, that's cool with us. And you score in 5, they actually can get as close as possible batting out the 50 overs. You'll never know. And now delayed, decide to go through for the single, didn't communicate it well, and they stole a run right in front of the eyes of the Guyanese.
Yeah, smart work by Shemaine Campbell, coming out from behind the stumps, sprinting for that ball and rifling the return at the bowler's end, knowing that Parker would be the slower of the two between the wickets. And when she got home, she missed the stumps. Good, sensible cricket. But these girls are looking for the singles in between now, Jeet. 25 runs now for the 9th wicket here. So little partnerships at the bottom of the innings gives the Leeward a little bit of respectability, even though not good enough. The travesty occurred with the top 7 going back with a total on 18. Nothing from the top order. 2, 3, 1, duck, 1, 1, 1. Leewards got 9. Now these two girls are trying. Parker 22 from 62. Thorpe 5 from 19. A good little fight back. But how much resistance can they put up at this stage?
Well, they are putting up good resistance. You just mentioned the partnership between these two. And in the context of the game, it's an excellent partnership. You spoke about that disastrous start. So when you look at the scoreboard now, when you see it's 68 for the loss of 8, it's like, wow, good recovery. They need to carry on. So Tremaine Smart, final delivery in her 10th and final over. A cut and a miss goes by into the gloves of the keeper. Smart will end on 10 overs, 4 for 12. Splendid figures. 28 overs gone, 68 for the loss of 8.
A true servant to Guyana and West Indies cricket. Look at that, 10 overs, 4 for 12. What can you ask better of Tremaine Smart? She's come, opened the bowling with Fraser. She opened the bowling from the media center and the northern end of the ground, and right away she got into the act of picking up wickets. Melissa Clark, the captain Hector, and then she picked up Edwards. And you look at her ability. She picked up Willett as well, 4 prize scalps. And you look at a young lady who's growing older, age-wise, and is still playing a lot of cricket, still fit as a fiddle, we would say. It shows how committed she is to this game of cricket. And you want experience at the top, and that's what she gave to the Guyana impetus in the bowling and fielding department.
So Mandy Mangru having her first bowl here, the right arm off spinner. And it's good to see Shabika Gajnabi back out in the middle after stepping on a ball and still favoring that right leg. Just a little bit of a movement with the ankle, ensuring that all is well. So it wasn't all that serious like we thought.
Anyone would get into trouble with fielding like that. Even in men's cricket, we saw men have twisted their ankles and so on. But it was a fine stop, but it cost her a little bit in terms of the damage done. But she's back out at mid-wicket.
That's a loud shout. She's gone the leg before. And Parker, good little innings, has come to an end once too often, looking to sweep. This time didn't get the length, and we shall surely see the replay. I thought she misjudged the length. Let's see if that is what happened. Well, we have gone a little bit static there. Yes, and misjudged the length and beaten and went leg before. That was a cannon into the stumps. So that's the 9th wicket going down. A poor shot at this stage. Why you want to force the bowling? You've been batting well so far. Play every ball on its merit. It wasn't there for the sweep shot. It was too right up on her. Misjudged the length completely. It's now 68 for the loss of 9.
Yeah, you know, Mandy Mangro has the golden arm. When she comes on, she has this way of picking up wickets in between. Good all-rounder, feels at slip, good batter as well, can open the batting. Very short young lady, but very exuberant and exciting cricketer. Picking up that wicket, she was right in the middle of her wicket, looking to hit across the line. Played a slog sweep, missed completely, cannoned into her pads, right in front of the stumps. That was an easy decision for umpire Shannon Crawford. With a total of 68 for 9 now, with Claxton coming out to do battle. Indar certainly is going to be all over. We don't know if they'll put up another fighting partnership, these two, but let's wait and see. But 68 for 9, certainly with Mangru coming on, it has worked. The ploy has worked.
Yes, certainly they needed that breakthrough and they got it. Mandy Mangru tossed it up nicely in getting the wicket. So Terp is on 5. She has been out there for a while. 21 deliveries she has faced. Devana Claxton, she has just faced 1 ball. She's yet to score. And once again, there was a big drive. Rather than looking to push the ball,
a real disappointing effort by the Leewards in this 50-over tournament. Their batting has not clicked at all in the T20s and the 50-over tournament. And it's a big question that has to be answered by everyone around the Caribbean, and especially the Leeward Islands training camp and how they flow with their girls. 29 overs gone, 68 for 9. But that's a big question that needs to be answered, and it has to be answered in terms of in the context of vision, proper planning, in terms of Leewards cricket. It's not easy to get these girls together from the various islands, but the truth be told, we cannot say that for 20, 25 years. We've got to develop a massive, aggressive approach to getting ladies in the Leewards to play cricket and to perform well. Their batting can come good and so on, as we have a change in bowling from the Place Pavilion and Shanetta Grimman getting the first bowl.
and that's on the full toss and floored there down at short mid-wicket. Well, that should have been taken. Is it Munisar?
It is. She dived, stuck both hands out, but floored it at mid-wicket.
And this is hoiked away over the backward square and out towards the boundary for 4. So Torp gets the boundary. She will move on to 9. And we surely will have a little replay to see what transpired when that catch was dropped. First delivery being sent down here by the bowler. Well, this is going to run close towards the boundary, down the leg side, hits the white rope now, and that's going to be 4 byes. So, beat the batter, beat the keeper, and went away for 4 byes.
Yeah, between bat and the leg stump, beat the keeper as well.
So, let's see that exactly. Going down the leg side, between the stumps and the batter, just might have overshadowed Campbell there. And they getting the bonus runs. They won't mind. 76 for 9.
27 extras, the scoreboard says, so that's healthy. And that's a slow full toss that she doesn't put away. Of course, that delivery where they picked up the 4 byes, that was a quicker delivery that beat everything. Grimman mixing it up, the Barbician.
Grimman just need to settle down here a little. gone leg before, and she might have been even walking even before the umpire raised the finger. So the Leeward Islands, they have been bowled out by Guyana. They are 76 all out in the 30th over, and certainly this would have never been the bargain for them when they won the toss and decided to bat. So it simply means that Guyana will be looking for 77 runs with 50 overs to get them as well. The scoreboard is a sorry state for the Leeward Islands. You look up Richards 3, Clark 2, Hector didn't score, Willett 1, Freeman 1, Dullabile 1, Edwards 1, Leewards 9, Parker, the lone light, scoring 22. So after winning the toss and batting, the Guyanese have had the better of the Leeward Islands, and they're walking back. You look at the Guyanese fielders, they'll feel satisfied that they have done a fine job.
Certainly a clinical display of professionalism by Shemaine Campbell and the Guyana girls, the Guyanese girls. When you look at the top order going down 9 for 1, and then it was 9 for 3. You look at 13 for 4, 14 for 5, 17 for 6, and 18 for 7. A fighting partnership of 25 between Park and Leewards, and then an additional 25 between Parker and that's the last girl to have been dismissed, Thorpe. But the damage done at the top of the order by the Guyanese fast bowlers in Cherry Ann Fraser and Tremaine Smart. Tremaine Smart, a lot of experience on their belt, has picked up 4 wickets. Fraser picked up 3. And they really give Guyana a most beautiful start in terms of the fielding department, knowing that they have to win this game and win it in convincing manner to go into the semi-finals with a lot of confidence. So being able to bowl them out for 76 after 2 fighting partnerships of 25 apiece for the 9th and then the last wicket, certainly Guyana would be saying to themselves, we will get these runs quickly. It's early days yet. It's just about, 11:34 here in Guyana in the morning. So this game should finish early, Jeet. But one must take cognizance of the fact that the Leewards will come out and look to fight. They know that they don't have a good total on the tins, but they would want to see how much their bowlers can impress. But nevertheless, a great effort, all-round effort. All the bowlers have chipped in nicely. The spinners have come on. They've taken a couple of wickets and so on. And Grimmon picking up that final wicket at the end. But in 29.5 overs, 76 all out. Guyana needing 77 to win. You couldn't ask for better. And as again we are saying, the fast bowlers set up the destruction of the Leeward Islands batters. So generally speaking, it's been very good for the Guyanese out there in the middle. Gajda a little injury, brilliant feeling, but certainly she has done excellent.
So a combination of good swing bowling by Smart and Fraser, 4 and 3 wickets apiece, has caused the Leeward Islands to tumble to 76 of 29.5 overs. We're going to take a break, and as soon as the action returns, we too shall return to you.
Welcome back here to the Providence Stadium here in Guyana, and we're about to resume the action. Well, in fact, the Leeward Islands, they were dismissed moments ago for 76, and Guyana obviously will lead 77 to win this game and advance to the semi-final. Of course, the first semi-final being tomorrow. The Leeward Islands, they will want to come out and pick up early wickets, and to see how early they can make inroads into the Guyana batting. The two players are out in the middle, the two batters, and we're looking for Guyana. Of course, that's Mandy Mangru, and the other batter at the other end. So we see the first ball being bowled by the Leeward Islands. That's Thorpe, and Guyana hasn't scored. The sunshine is back out here at Providence, and it's nice to see that. And the Guyanese will be hoping to get 77 to win. Alongside me is Miku Wanya. I'll get Miku's thoughts in a moment. But to score 77 to win, you'd want to come out and you'd want to get those runs as fast as possible. Welcome again, Miku.
Hi, Anthony. Good day to you and our viewers. Just a 10-minute change around there because of the time the innings ended. Yes, it can be both ways. They can either come out to look to blaze the trail, get up that run rate, score the runs as quickly as possible. As we see Mangru pulling that one, picking up the single, square of the wicket. She's batting there.
Yes, so that's Mentor and Mangru, and the two of them would hope to press home the advantage and to get as many as possible in a short space of time.
Yes, definitely. And as I was saying earlier, they can look to blaze it, or they can just maybe want to take their time, get their eye in with watching at the semi-final clash that's coming up. So you want to get the overs under your belt, get some runs, get that confidence, and not maybe look to take too many risks. So they can come out looking at it from either way. And this is pulled out. This is cut away actually by Mentor, and it goes for 4. Losing her footing there down at the boundary, Arshina Freeman, and that's 4 more to the Guyana total.
Yes, it's the kind of start that you would want not to have if you're a Leeward Islands fan and you're a Leeward Islands supporter. That ball was cut away, and I thought that she could have done or should have done better on the boundary ropes. That's Freeman. Nevertheless, the Guyanese, they pick up 4, and they're on their way. They're 5 for no wicket in over number 1. One that comes back into her. That's really good bowling. And this is what I am impressed with, Miku. And I share the thought or the view, the critic maybe, that the Leeward Islands could have or should have bowled when they won the toss and decided to bat first. You see a good movement there from Thorpe and utilizing the condition as well. 5 for no wicket. We've had 1 over bowled.
Yeah, but before I respond to that, let's just take this time to let our viewers know that there's a bit of technical issue. So the score that you're seeing there, 10 without loss, that is not correct at this time. So just bear with us as our competent technical team works to sort out that little bug in the system, as you know how these things go from time to time. Yeah, so, you know, Leeward Islands would want to back themselves as much as they can. But it seems so much in favor of the Guyanese batters at this time, because we know that the batting lineup for the Guyana team is stacked and they're playing at home. You know, Mandy Mangru, a great, wonderful batter. So Shameen Campbell, Cherian Fraser, Gajnabi. So you want to tilt the scale towards the Guyanese girls at this time.
So Hector continues and starts over number 2 from the Players Pavilion end. And she's one of the players, Miku, that the Leeward Islands depend so much on. And if she can pick up an early scalp here for her team, That's going to be nice. But Mangru and Mentor, they seem to be comfortable out in the middle. Let's see what will happen, though.
That's a wide. Pushing it just a bit wide. Yeah, definitely Mangru, and they would have been playing a lot of cricket at their home ground. The entire or much of the female intercounty local tournament was held at the stadium due to the weather, of course. So they are very much familiar with this, with the pitch, with the conditions, and this is the benefit of being the host team.
This one comes in to the right hand. Who is a dapper little cricketer, but she's very handy in her team. Can work the ball around, use the pace, find the gaps and so forth, while Mentor is the more aggressive of the two. And let's see what will happen, as I said to you. Pretty early days, though, 6 for no wicket. But when you're chasing a target of 77, and sometimes the low scores can get to you, Miku, you tend that, you know what, you can go out and just flash and just finish a game in a bit. And next thing you know, you're 2, 3, 4, 5 wickets down. So you want to be very careful when you start, isn't that so?
Yes, definitely. But I would want to think that the management, the experience that is there in the Guyana camp, being led, of course, by Shemaine Campbell. There's a veteran, Tremaine Smart or Giddings. They would want to, guide their team to not develop such a comfortable mindset, and just play each ball on its merit. Take their time. If they can get this score without losing a scalp, that would be excellent for their confidence going into the semifinals.
So just in case if you've joined us late, let me just tell you that the Leeward Islands, they won the toss earlier and decided to bat first. They were scheduled out for 76 of 29.5 of their allotted 50 overs. The chief destroyers being Tremaine Smart, 4 for 12. Cherry Ann Fraser, 3 for 17. And of course, Millington took a wicket, and as well as Grimman, who got 1. A total of 27 extras contributed to that. Hector continues. Struck on the pad, there is an appeal. Not says the umpire. Pretty good movement there from Hector.
Yeah, definitely. Just tailing back a bit, a fuller delivery. And let's not forget Tremaine Smart with that 4-wicket haul that she got, and picked up a little bit of a niggle in the piece. We see this delivery just coming back a bit into Mangru. Full delivery. That's what they'll want to do. That's what Hector will want to do some more.
Mangru seems to be in some sort of discomfort. She's not getting the bat to ball, and we see her partner, that's Mentor, going down as soon as the over was finished, going down to, and we see the replay, being struck on the pad as she was shaping to play on the onside, but for a few deliveries, not making contact with the ball. She'd want to have proper contact out. I know it's pretty early, so you want to get your eyes in to pick the pace up of the wicket. That's pretty important. 6 for no wicket. We've had, 2 overs bowled?
Yeah, definitely. Very early in the inning, and we're seeing a bit of swing there, just as we saw from the Guyanese bowlers, especially Sherry Ann Fraser. You pitch up the ball, and there's something there for you in the conditions. So they'd want to keep doing that to try to maybe get a couple early strikes. As Tiffany Thorpe now continues. Bowling to Mentor.
Drive outside the off stump, misses, taken by the keeper. And a little bit of ooh and ah goes up into the Leeward Islands camp. And oftentimes when you beat a batter outside the off stump, Miku, you go up, you tend to think that, you have the edge. 6 for no wicket. Good bowling there.
Yeah, I don't know why cricketers like to do that and want to put us poor umpires under that bit of strain. Yeah, but they always like to tease the umpires.
Yes, and sometimes, sometimes you play this fabulous game, the game that we all love called cricket, and the umpire, is being put under a lot of pressure. And it's good to see what umpires do at the end of the day. They stand up to that challenge. Again, flashing outside the off stump. So both Guyanese batters not getting it right early in the innings. Miku, 6 for no wicket. Good bowling here from the Leewards.
Yeah, it's good bowling, but just a bit of loose batting. We see them just, the batters just flying outside the off stump. So they'd want to be a bit more compact, maybe let a few balls go. And
It's
even
a cutaway. Down past point. The fielder is giving chase there. Will she get to the boundary? I don't think so. And the ball crosses the boundary ropes now for 4. That'll be 4 welcome runs to the Guyanese. The total will push up now to 20, I make it? In fact, 10. What am I saying? 10 for no wicket in over number 3.
Isn't that just like life here as a commentator? We're speaking about the 2 plays and misses outside the off stump. Then on the 3rd delivery, she cuts it beautifully, finding the gap for 4 runs.
So Mentor has 8 and Mangru has 1. And these two, as I said earlier, would want to stay there. This is struck on the pad. That's Mentor. She shapes to play the ball on the onside. Good movement here from Thorpe and Hector from this end. So they're utilizing the condition as well. Even though the sun is out, you can feel the humidity here at the National Stadium, isn't that so?
Yeah, it's the sun is out, but there's also a lot of cloud cover, gray.
This
Oh.
is punched away beautifully through the offside field. That's gone for 4. Not a fielder move, and brilliantly played through the offside. If we can see the replay coming up, it was pitched up into the drive very early, bisected the gap, and she picks up a boundary. The total has gone up to 14. So we look at the replay now. Yes, so loose delivery outside the off stump and making full use of it. We've had what? 3 overs bowled. This is CG United Super 50 from the Providence Stadium.
Wonderful shot there. Guyana now coasting away. This is all that would be needed. Just keep putting away the bad balls as they are doing, and just look to remain intact and see your team through. This opening stand, they would want to get there without losing too much or even any wickets.
This is pitched up, and she's looking for the drive again. Probably been struck on the boot, maybe, as she was coming down to drive on the onside. Mandy Mangru getting some problems. She's 8 from 1. Mentor is 12 from 10. And the Guyana in over number 4, chasing 77 to win. They're 14 for no wicket. Mangru, though, doesn't look in total control.
This is a wide. I think she was just having a bit of difficulty with that fuller ball. That Hector's bowling that just comes back into her pads. Had a few plays and misses, but this time she sprays it wide, just easing that pressure a bit. So she'd want to keep it full up to Mangru and try to let the ball do the rest. Just like that. But Mangru equal to the task this time, playing it out to the covers, fielded by Leewards.
Yes, and you look at Hector, what she's doing here, not really trying to bowl too quick. But as the Guyana Pacers did in the Leewards innings, she's trying to put the ball in the right areas, forcing the batter to play. Beautiful outside the off stump, misses, taken by the keeper. Probably tried to open the face to run it on to third man. This is excellent bowling.
Yeah.
15 for no wicket.
Yeah, just praying that one a bit wide, missing that outside edge. Went through to the keeper, Parker there. Mangru just getting herself right. Full delivery this time, outside the off stump. No run. Hit to Leewards again in the covers. So it's good to see that Hector, it seems to me that she's working on that full, maybe Yorker length delivery to come back into the batter, and then just maybe a back of a length outside the off stump, looking for that outside edge, maybe even engaging the first slip. So it's sort of like that 1-2 punch she's working on.
And there's Mangro again, looking to drive, and they get a very quick single. The return comes in from the fielder there. That's Willett, and it throws the stumps down. And in fact, the bail is coming off at the striker's end, and in the end, getting a very quick single. Mangro, though, not in total control. Mentor has 12 from 10, Mangro 2 from 13. And in over number 4, Guyana looking to get 77 to win. They're 16 for no wicket.
Yeah, strike rate not really mattering at this point. Huge equation in favor of the home team. Wide again. So we're seeing that double line of attack there by Hector. One delivery, she's full into the pads, looking to get that in swing, and then the back of a length, trying to move it away wide outside the off stump.
But I think when she brings it into the right-hander, she looks a much better bowler once she can pitch it up. That was pretty short, and that's Mentor was trying to pull. Wasn't in total control as the ball came down to the forward square position. We have had what? 4 overs bowled. Guyana chasing 77 to win. They're 17 for no wicket. Mentor has 12. Mangro has 2. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from Providence.
Yeah, that was a Viv Richards-like pull shot attempt there by Mentor. Just getting on the back foot, getting on the toes, and then working it around. Full West Indian style pull shot.
Well, when you said West Indian-like pull shot, remember those Calypso-like cricket, Calypso days? Miku, those were fantastic days. We hope that we can have those days again, isn't that so? When the West Indies can dominate again.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work. It's a lot of planning, a lot of infrastructure. You know, speaking of the pull shot, I came across an article, I think it was just last evening, about the 5 greatest pullers ever in Test cricket. Of course, it's an opinion piece, and those 5 were Sachin Tendulkar, Jack Scalise, Viv Richards. The number 2 is slipping me, but number 1, and I totally agree with this, Ricky Ponting. Ricky Ponting was an excellent player of the pull shot. One of the best we've ever seen. Beautiful to watch when he's leaning back on the back foot and just pulling that ball through mid-wicket for 4. Excellent batter.
Yes, I take your point. And I know Ricky Ponting, the great Australian, and one of the legends of the game. Fine player. You see a change in bowling, so spin from the media center end. So that's Richards, who continues and starts over number 5. But those players, Ricky Ponting, Sir Viv Richards, Jacques Hallis, Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, those were splendid players.
Yes, they were. But I think one of the most prolific pull shots that we've ever seen, and I think by now every West Indian will be familiar with this shot, is that shot that Brian Lara pulled to bring up his first world record on his way to 375. I think it was Chris Lewis maybe running into both him, and Lara just got back and pulled that for 4. That was a beautiful pull shot.
This is Mentor. She stands up straight. You raised the point about B.C. Lara. In my honest opinion, the greatest man to have ever walked a cricket field was B.C. Lara. That's my opinion. Yours might be different. It doesn't matter. But he was just splendid on a cricket field. This is pulled down to mid-on. In fact, deep mid-wicket. And she gets another single. There's so many past great West Indian players and international players who players of today would want to emulate, well, those were outstanding days of West Indies cricket. I remember when B.C. Lara got his 277, his first Test century in Australia, 92-93 series. That was a fabulous start of a significant career.
Cutaway, Dullabile doing the feeling there. Yes, definitely. Those were excellent days, you know, just that mill to keep producing such wonderful players. I think so many times people get carried away, but at the end of the day, everyone will have their opinion on who they think is the best batter, best bowler, wicket keeper. You know, everyone will have their opinion. As long as we can respect each other's opinion, you think that Brian Lara is the greatest of all time. Other persons may think differently. So,
good. So we've had, what, 5 overs bowled in Guyana in pursuit of 77 to win. They are 20 for no wicket. Mentor has 13 and Mangru has 3. This is CG United Super 50 Cup from the Providence Stadium.
For me, my favorite bowler of all time is Sir Courtly Ambrose. And in my opinion, the best batter would be Sachin. That I've seen in my time watching cricket. Definitely Sachin Tendulkar. Excellent batter. I don't think anyone would need to really explain his credentials.
The list goes on, and you know, we can develop that conversation. We can take it to another level, but it all depends on our opinion and what we think. Hector continues.
Again, we see that fuller delivery into Mangru. Mangru just seemed to be getting a bit frustrated. You know, I think her partner would want to calm her down at this time. So Hector working on that line of attack, that full delivery, then maybe dropping it short, looking for that outside edge. Let's see what she does now.
So Mangru, this is probably a little bit of struggle for her. A street from 17, not getting the ball away. Beaten outside the off stump. There's an appeal. She's out, caught behind. Absolutely brilliant delivery. She was into the drive very early. And I did mention it the ball before. She wasn't feeling comfortable out in the middle. As we can probably look at the replay now, as Hector is bowling to, that's Mangru. And yes, beaten outside the off stump. And away movement a little bit, getting the first wicket. And she goes back to the pavilion. The Leeward Islands will be really happy now, Miku. They're 20 for 1, Guyana.
This is excellent bowling. And what I love about this bowling is the discipline and the intelligence of the bowler. That's Shanisha Hector. She stuck to her line of attack. And as we mentioned before, she was working on a two-pronged attack, getting one ball to come back into Mangru, and then the next delivery just moving it away. And she was rewarded. So it's excellent, disciplined, intelligent bowling. This is what cricket is about, and this is what we like to see.
Yes, this is what we have grown accustomed to following West Indies cricket over the years, where you have that intense rivalry. And it doesn't matter if a team scores 50, 70, 100. The excitement, that gripping cricket out in the middle. And we can see the experience from Hector. And I did say, once she pitches it up, it's going to be a different story. And she just did that. So Guyana losing their first wicket. So the captain, that's Campbell, comes to the crease. She lets it go. She is one of the star players in the tournament, Miku, and she is going to be one of the players that Guyana will look to get up to the 77 without further loss. Because they'd want to make this semi-final with good grades, isn't that so?
Yeah, it's definitely. And one would think as long as Shameen Campbell is there for maybe 10 overs or so, they would get this total in a very efficient manner in very quick time, because she doesn't hang around. She's not going to die wandering. That's just her nature, just her style. And also she's a rocket in between the wickets, so she's going to be pushing her partner to look for those singles and turn those singles into twos.
Yes, and coming off those World Cup innings for the West Indies, where she got a few really good scores, and I know her confidence is pretty high, and every time I speak to her, she's always in that jovial mood. She wants to perform, even though there is intense rivalry out in the middle. She can offer a smile or two. That's what we want to see. Pretty good player.
Yeah, she's from your hometown. Is that New Amsterdam Barbies or where in Barbies?
Well, she's on the quarantine area, and I don't want to overreact on it, but Berbice time and again would produce some really great cricketers, isn't that so? Chemin is from there, Chemin Smart as well. So lots of these Guyanese players, Gajnabi, another player. So lots of these players basically coming out of the Rosalie Youth and Sports Club. And that club, if you follow, Miku, has been doing a fantastic job.
Well, you're not overreacting at all. You're just stating the facts, and that is true. I think we all need to come down there to get some of the water that you guys are drinking, because you know you Barbicians are all over representing Guyana, whether it's IPL, whether it's in the West Indies team, whether it's in the female West Indies team. So 6 overs gone, Guyana 23 for 1. So as Wadikar exits the commentary area, I'm going to welcome my friend, Pastor Matthew Kissoon, as this shot is cut away. And the Guyanese batters will pick up 2. The skipper herself, Shemaine Campbell there. Score moves on to 25. Welcome, Pastor.
Hi, welcome and thanks. Thank you so much, Miku. Jenison Richards continuing. Yes, the Leewards have snapped up Mandy Mangru via a beautiful delivery from the captain, Hector. That was close to the body and she cramped for room, got the outside edge taken by Parker, and everyone went up. Loudly the Leewards, Campbell 4 from 5, Mentors 14 on the other hand. Mentor you don't give too much width to, and she's put away a couple of bad deliveries for 2 boundaries so far in her knock. 14 from 15, but Guyana 25 for 1 in the 7th. Would be very much happy for that.
It was actually a beautiful piece of intelligent bowling, Matthew, to get rid of Mangru. Hector was working on that line of attack, and I saw it, and I said, you know, she's bringing the ball back in and then taking it away, and she got her reward. So that was excellent to see.
Well, it's good to see Mentor getting some runs. I would consider probably the weaker link in the batting arm in the Guyana side. She hasn't quite come off at the top of the order. She did get a big 100 or 100 in the inter-county tournament. The practice matches that were being played in Guyana here, along with Gajnabi and Campbell. That's cut away, nice shot by Mentor. Just talking about her and her exploits, what she's been doing in this game so far. As the fielder comes around, that's Parker. In fact, that's Willett coming around, covering ground to her left, to the third man area. They pick up 2 more to Mentor, 16 from 17. So they need 49 runs in 259 balls. Don't worry about the balls at this stage, Miku. It's all about Guyana wanting to bring home this game without further loss in terms of wickets column, because as the over comes to an end, 7 gone, 28 for the loss of 1, Mentor 16, and Campbell on 5. If you want to go into semi-finals, playing against one of the top teams in Zone A, Barbados or Jamaica, you want your batting at the top to click. So to get these 77 runs, you do not want further loss. You do not want a cluster of wickets to fall, because that will not help your cause when you get into the semi-final aspect of the tournament, which starts tomorrow. But 28 for 1 after 7, they can live with that at least.
Yeah, definitely. They want to get through as clean as possible, you know, having that confidence, know that they would have dominated their last opponent. As we see the Amanda Edward, a new bowler for the Leeward Islands, bowling to Shemaine Campbell, the off spinner. Campbell just on the back foot, playing that one out on the onside. Yeah, so you'd want to get through without, as I mentioned, as clean as possible to have that confidence going into the other round, because that's when you're going to face the tougher teams, Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, you know, whoever you're right, in the semi-final. So, you know, we are backing our local girls, but as we see, they are backing themselves.
I was going down the leg side, hit the pads. She was looking to sweep. Campbell got it down to short fine leg. They picked up, they got a single 29 for 1. Campbell is 5 from 9. Mentor 16 from 18. Look at some bowling figures. 2 overs for 8. Richards, I think she's off the field. Hector 3 overs 1 for 7. In fact, Tiffany Thorpe was off the field. Thorpe 2 overs for 13. Hector 3 overs 1 for 7. Very mean. Beautiful off cutters, getting the ball to swing into the right-hander. Beautiful bowling, watching her from the place pavilion end. And Richards 2 overs for 8. So Amanda Edwards is a good all-round cricketer. And she has the ability to bowl well, keep things tight.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there isn't much for her to defend or much for her to bowl at this time. And it's the end of the over. 8 overs down. 29 for 1 in the CG United Super 50 Cup. Coming to you live here from Providence on the east bank of Demerara in the beautiful country of Guyana. The land of many waters, the land of 6 races, the land of so many things, the land of many, many barrels of oil. I might add that. So.
Millions of barrels of oil coming up from under the surface. A great development in our country as we watch. That's down the leg side. I'll be called wise by umpire Shannon Crawford. Is going to come down, trickle down to the boundary, hit the ropes now, and that'll be 5 wides. Guilty there, the guilty party there. Giving away runs, Jennison Richards. Bowling from the media center end. And if you want to compete, you really have to be careful not to give away extras. And that's what you don't want. I think extras has gone into double figures already. It's gone up to 10. It's 34 for 1.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, that is one area that I think the female cricket teams can work on, as Shemaine Campbell picks up the 2, running it down to that vacant third man area. And as long as Shemaine Campbell is there, you're going to get runs. She's going to be up and down the wickets in a flash. She's very quick in between the wickets. And the Leeward Island bowlers, they would have given away 27 extras. That's a lot, including that extra for the ball hitting the helmet that was placed on the ground by the fielding side. For those of you who were watching, that was 5 penalty runs awarded to the batting team at that time. The Guyana team would have given away 27 extras.
Which is a lot in the context of 76 all out and 29.5. Certainly a lot of extras. They picked up the 5 penalty runs. The ball did hit the helmet behind Campbell, the wicketkeeper.
That's almost like an extra per over, Matthew.
That's a lovely shot. Undriven down the ground for 4 through the mid-on area. That was beautifully played by the captain, Shemaine Campbell. A touch player, plays with soft hands. She times the ball well. Look at that cut shot a couple of deliveries ago where she picked up 2. A real touch player. Real class all over Shemaine Campbell in her batting exploits. Has done great service for the West Indies women over the years, and now captain in Guyana. And does a smash through the cover area, a little bit of misfield there from Leewards. And the ball bounced away to her left to be tidied up, I believe, by Freeman out there. And she got the single as Mentor comes in to strike, but 41 for 1 in the 9th over. The game will be over not too long from now. I can assure you. We'll be going home early today. It's now, what, 12:24 in Guyana. But we'll be going home early. 9 overs gone, 41 for 1.
Well, as lovers of the game, you know, we don't want to go home early. We always want that 100 overs coming down to the last minute.
I know, but I'm sorry we'll be going home early today, my brother.
Well, that is fact. I'm just speaking from a cricket lover.
Yeah.
We want to be here as much as possible to take in the action. As Amanda Edward now continues. 9 overs gone, 41 for 1. CG United Super 50 Cup. No, run out there. My goodness. Katana Mentor running to the danger end. Swept by Campbell to the fielder there at 45. Called through a partner for the single, but she just couldn't make it. There was just a little bit of hesitation, and that was the downfall. I mean, if you're going, you gotta go for such tight singles. But she just hesitated enough, and there's a run out, and she's gone. This is not what she would have wanted, or the Guyana team would have wanted at this time. And Katana Mentor goes for 16 off 22 deliveries. New batter coming to the crease is Gajnabi. We were a bit concerned about her earlier as she was feeling, and she may have rolled her ankle just a bit. But I saw her, she did some work with the physio, Jana Edgel, and now she seems fine, and she's out to bat here to represent her country.
I tell you what, Miku, that was a suicide run. But you see, Mentor is not very quick between the wickets. 16 from 22 balls, 2 fours in or not. But not the quickest between the wickets. If you're going to go for sharp singles like that, you've got to be careful if you've got Mentor batting alongside you. She's not very fast between the wickets. She got 2 boundaries in that knock, but a giveaway wicket, really. No need to go for quick runs. Yes, you probably want to win the game very convincingly, but not via run-out routes in terms of losing wickets at all. You don't want run-outs at all when you're chasing such a small total. You need batting practice, and that's not to be. Gajnabi gets off the mark with 1, pushed away into the leg side, 42 for 2 in the 10th over. But certainly it was a suicide run, and umpire Shannon Crawford had no hesitation in giving that dismissal.
Yeah, I think, you know, Shimin Campbell, she's so fast in between the wickets, and she pushes her teammates, but I guess sometimes you've got to be a bit more cognizant of the speed of your teammates to know that, hey, I can make it, but I'm not sure if my teammate can. And in the end, she was run out.
So long hop down the leg side, it kept a bit low. She was looking to sweep it around the corner, struck on the pad. But yes, Charmaine Campbell is very quick between the wickets, no doubt about it. You've got to have a partner with you that you can push, and that can push you as well. Dead ball signaled by the umpire. But if you don't have that kind of partner in terms of running between the wickets, you always, they'll certainly be under pressure when they have to go for the quick singles. And that we saw with the dismissal of Mentor.
Yeah, it's always good to have a partner, Matthew, in cricket and in whatever you're doing to push you through. So Campbell again picking up some runs here. As Amanda Edward continues.
And really, it was a wonderful return to the keeper from Leewards. That square leg in that run-out feature for the Leewards. They need a couple more wickets to fancy their chances. White signal by umpire Shiv Sankar. Again down the left side, Amanda Edwards. And with one delivery left to complete the first 10 overs, 45 for 2. Good by Guyana, but in terms of their standards, would not have wanted to lose Mentor, who was looking good, 16 from 22, with 2 boundaries. The over comes to an end, 10 gone, 45 for the loss of 2. So Campbell 14 from 19, Gajnabi 1 from 1. Good to see Gajnabi coming out to bat after picking up a little ankle injury, fielding on the third man boundary where she stopped the ball with her right foot. Probably twisted the ankle a bit, had to be lifted off the field. Inderjeet Prasad is back in the commentary position. Inderjeet, good afternoon. Game will be over not too long from now, 45 for 2, 10 overs.
Hello to you, Pastor. Hello to viewers and listeners. Yes, they're scoring at 4.5 runs and over, 45 for the loss of 2. Over number 11 is about to be started. So definitely Guyana, they're with lengths and lengths in front, and they'll say in horse racing parlance, kicking for home, just 32 runs required in 240 balls.
And I believe lunch is normally taken at 1 p.m. if you get through your 3.5 hours of batting, starting at 9:30. So probably at lunchtime the game could be over, just about 1 o'clock or before that time.
Melissa Clark to Gajnabi. She's edging this one and is going to come down to find third man for 4. As we look at the replay here on big screen, but it's a productive edge by Gajnabi. And she gets the boundary. Look at that. Pitched up outside the line of the off stump. Edge found all along the ground. No harm done for Guyana, but for the Leeward Islands, because that's a boundary, 49 for the loss of 2.
And she reached for it and she slashed it. She drove at it nicely. Amanda Edwards is at slip, but the ball was played along the ground down to third man for 4. That's Gajnabi for you. She's a very aggressive batter when she's out there. Scored a lovely 100 in the inter-county tournament. She is the kind of player that you need in a West Indies senior women's lineup, because she's very talented. She can bowl as well, good fielder and a good batter.
Good looking shot once again, forced away, opening the face of the bat down towards square cover, but this time did not pick the field. 28 runs required off 238 balls. So huge advantage here for Guyana. This is smashed away through mid-wicket and out towards the boundary for 4. And that one was floated up and carted away through mid-wicket. So she gets another boundary. And Gajnabi is going to go after those. As we watch the replay, how she went about scoring that boundary. Melissa Clark, yes, on the full toss, and deservedly smashed down towards a mid-wicket boundary for 4. So she had the power and the timing as well.
She's a powerful hit of the ball. I've seen her play some lovely shots through the onside and through the leg side. Very good cover driver. Very good play through mid-wicket, mid-on area. She gets a single now, turns it away to backward square. Well, Dullabile had to move to her right to field. But she's a busy-like player, busy-like cricketer. Very talented, and is growing in confidence in terms of her ability as a cricketer to keep improving all the time.
So both openers, Mandy Mangru and Katana Mentor, they're back in the pavilion. I thought Mandy Mangru had an excellent delivery. She was caught behind, beautifully bowled by Hector. But the wicket that, went back to the pavilion, that's Katana Mentor. She just gave her wicket away. This is cut away down towards the finest of third man position. That was a great shot indeed. Outside the line of the off stump, was close. And Charmaine Campbell, you look at that shot on the replay. Deliberate shot, beating the keeper. The keeper had no answer whatsoever. Cut at it as late as possible And Campbell gets the boundary 58 for 2.
A great improviser is Shemaine Campbell. She knows how to pick up runs to all parts of the wicket. And she's as I said earlier, she's a touch player. Plays with soft hands, knows to nudge the ball around, open the face, guide the ball, steer the ball, cut the ball away. She's excellent. And she's given her team that confidence to go into the semi-finals.
So over number 12 is about to be started, and Amanda Edwards, beautiful scenery here at the National Stadium, Providence. No doubt we're going to have some work done here in preparation for the Bangladesh and CPL series that will be played in Guyana. And it's amazing with all the threat of the weather, Pastor. We have brilliant sunshine here for this final preliminary game. Flowing drive down towards extra cover, and they get the single.
You know what's funny in the tournament? You know Guyana hasn't played Trinidad. The two sides have not played each other at all. The T20 match washed out. The 50-over match washed out on Father's Day, if I'm correct. When will these two sides play? Just an interesting observation.
This is in the air. Falling safely, though, will run close towards the boundary. And the return will come in from Tonya Martin, who is substituting out in the middle there. And they get 2 more. So that will take the score now on to 60. And I think what might happen down the line is that either Guyana invite Trinidad and Tobago to come here for a match, or Trinidad and Tobago invite Guyana to go to the Twin Island Republic for a match.
Well, what was interesting in a discussion I had, I'm trying to remember who it was with, I think it was with Latif, he said, but what happens if Guyana beat the team they're playing in the semi-finals and Trinidad beat the team as well? Well, then the two teams will meet in the finals.
And then you mean rain will fall? Let's hope maybe if the two reach that the rain stays away. But this is the rainy season. And it's good to see that we're still having cricket at the number 1 venue here in Guyana at Providence. Big sweep shot down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire.
Campbell has moved up to 20, according to the scoreboard to our right. A little bit of technical problem we do experience at times on our screen. So 12 overs have been completed. 60, is it 62? For the loss of 2, I make it, according to our scoreboard on the right.
Yes, it looks as though it's 62 for the loss of 2. But this partnership between Campbell and Gajnabi, perhaps the 2 best batters in this Guyana team, just making it look a little bit easy out in the middle there, as Leeward Islands struggle to control the Guyanese scoring rate. The scoring rate has been a good one. They're scoring about 5 runs and over, and when you're just chasing down 77 for victory, you know, it becomes more easy as the match goes by.
So 15 needed to win this game, to wrap up this final preliminary round match, Zone B match. Campbell is on 20, Gajnabi is on 10, 12 extras on the 10s. And the Leewards bowlers have, with the exception of Hector, who picked up that wicket, and then, of course, beautiful feeling to effect the run-out of Mentor. Edwards 3 for 9, not bad, but Thorpe 2 for 13, and then she came off the field. Richards 3 for 20 is being expensive. And Clark has bowled 1 over for 13 runs. So they've been expensive, the 3 of them in particular.
Rosalie Dullabile starts over number 12 from the northern end of the ground. So Hector here trying to rotate her bowlers, looking for a breakthrough. Would be reminded how Guyana just went downhill against Barbados in the T20 Blaze. They were 52 for the loss of 2, chasing 87, and succumb in that match, allowing Barbados to walk away with it. But this is a different day. It's 50 overs. They are 63 for the loss of 2.
You think Guyana and Trinidad can beat their semi-final opponent?
Well, They're very, very two strong teams there, Barbados and Jamaica. They've played the best cricket in the entire tournament. Trinidad and Tobago has played good cricket as well. Guyana just looking to recoup and have some good matches. They're having a good one too. I will not call it a toll, Pastor. This is cricket and anything can happen.
I like the way Gajnabi times the ball. She's such a good timer, sweet timer of the ball. Her cricket has grown. She's the Guyana vice captain, both captain and vice captain out there now. So the leadership in the middle there to set the example and ensure not another wicket goes down from a Guyana standpoint.
And not only the way she's driving at the ball there, Pastor, she has a flair about her. She's a tall, slender girl, and you look at her playing her shots, there's a good cricketing flair. Like that one. Just tucked around the corner down towards the backward square on the boundary. Dullabile sends the return in, and they will complete two.
11 needed now. The scoreboard says 66 for 2. So just 11 to get as the over comes to an end. So we make it what? 13 overs gone? 66 for the loss of 2 here at Providence.
And Leeward Islands have to play catch-up cricket here, because after winning the toss and batting and you are bundled out for 76, it's difficult for you to come back in the game. And you're playing against one of the top teams in the competition, Guyana. So they build pressure on themselves. So Amanda Edwards will continue from this end. 2 over so far, none for 4. Good timing by Campbell, but the placement wasn't there.
Ball went down to Claxton at mid-off. Outside the leg stump, that swept beautifully. Backward of square, and I'll go for 4. That's lovely from Shemaine Campbell. Very strong off her pads. Don't stray there to the Guyana captain. She'll put you away on any day. She takes her total up to 25, and just 7 needed now for victory by the Guyanese.
And let's just look at the replay here. A ball heading down the leg side, and all it needed was for Campbell to make contact. And she did, and got the power. There was nobody there on the boundary. And once she got it in the meat of the bat, it had 4 written all over it.
She scores a lot of her runs on the leg side between the mid-wicket and backward square area. Strong leg side player is Campbell, but very sweet through the offside too when she times the ball and picks up those cover boundaries down behind point, cutting the ball, steering the ball away. Very nimble to watch on her feet. Very good cricketer.
And that's badly lined there by Amanda Edwards and penalized by the umpire too. Once you straight down the leg side, you know, the wide is definitely going to be called. Maybe just trying a little bit too hard. Guyana moving closer here. They're now on to 71. And this is going to be a big victory for Guyana. It will certainly bring up their run rate too. So they will end up with the same points as Trinidad and Tobago on 6 points.
Right. And you look at the run rate situation, it determines who plays the top team, number 1 and number 2. Number 1.
This is a ferocious shot. And once again, the ball will ricochet from the boot and go into the boundary for 4. But my word, why the fielders out there will want to try with the boots to stop the ball? This one could have easily gotten that's Hector into some trouble. She saw what happened to Gajnabi when she was fielding. That was hit very hard and into the ankle as well. She gets the boundary, 75 for 2.
Brilliant shot by Campbell. She can strike the ball well too. She's more of a time of the ball. And even the boot work of Hector couldn't stop that boundary.
Short and cut between cover and extra cover. So the scores will be level. It's now on to 76. The over's been completed, 14 gone. Guyana need 1 run to win this game. Gajnaby on 14, Campbell is on 30, and who should have the strike? No other than the skipper for the Guyana team, Shemaine Campbell on 30 of 32.
Look how quickly she's raced up to 30 from 32. She scores or runs in an unnoticed manner at times, and that's interesting when you're a touch player. Sometimes people do not see the flamboyance in you, but then when they look at your score, they see 30 from 32, excellent indeed. She's been a busybody. Gajnaby 14 from 12, more of the flamboyant player, more of the big hitter of the ball, loves to play big shots. She's 14 from 12. One needed now, a comprehensive victory coming up for Guyana. Maybe within the next 1 or 2 deliveries, you can never tell.
Might very well be this one. So the fielders from the boundaries, they have been brought in. So everybody is just outside that circle or within the circle. Leewards bowls to Campbell. And cutting at this one down towards backward point area. And there is no run. So they're just delaying the inevitable just a little bit more. 7-6 for the loss of 2. Leewards to Campbell. And she's not going to be flustered at all. She's taking her time.
Yes, certainly. Bowling figures: Clark 1 for 13, Richards 3 for 20, Hector 3 overs 1 for 7, Edwards 4 overs for 19, Leewards 1 for 4 before this, and Thorpe 2 for 13, the bowling figures so far.
That's a good delivery, keeping it tight as possible. Leewards, no run, so 3 dot deliveries so far in this over. No problem whatsoever. Guyana has today, tomorrow, and the next day to get the run required for victory. Short and wide, signal a wide, and that's victory for Guyana. They have defeated the Leeward Islands by 8 wickets to march into the semi-finals, joining Trinidad and Tobago from Group B, Jamaica and Barbados from Group A. Who will they face? We don't know, because they end on same point, 6 points with Trinidad and Tobago. The net run rate will have to be worked out, but what we can tell you, that semi-final 1 will be played tomorrow right here from 9 hours 30. Comprehensive victory for Guyana, winning by 8 wickets.
Well done to Guyana indeed. It was all set up by Cherry Ann Fraser and Tremaine Smart in the early part of the Leewards innings, when they had them rock back at 18 for 7 with Smart, who would have picked up 4 wickets, and Cherry Ann Fraser at that stage 3 wickets. But you've got to give credit to those fast bowlers. Those girls did very well, and then the spinners came and tidied up nicely for Guyana, dismissing the Leewards in 29.5 overs to 76 runs. Always setting up a victory for Guyana there. All the Guyanese had to do was to come out and say to themselves here, we don't want to lose too much wickets. We want to score these runs in convincing manner and take us with a lot of confidence into the first semi-final or second semi-final, whoever they've got to play.
So it's a moment of congratulations there. You see the Guyana team and the Leeward Island team reaching each other, and no doubt the Leewards girl, they still have a chance to play and come out with a victory, because the 5th and 6th place team, they will be reaching on Friday the 24th to see which one at the bottom of the table will finish on top as far as they are concerned. Winning the toss this morning, Pastor, and scoring 76 was not something that they would have feel confident about.
No, they could not have at all. The bat in the top order let them down terribly. Even the shot that Hector, the captain, played really doesn't leave you much for you to admire. She was looking for a big shot and missed, and that was the end of her. And you know, the captain has to set the example. She is the class player in the side. She is the best player in the side. But it didn't work for her today, and she went very, very cheaply for a duck. When you look at the overall effort of the Guyana bowling side, however, you've got to give credit to all of the bowlers who've come on and performed very well. Smart, using her experience bowling from the media center end, and Cherry Ann Fraser from the Players Pavilion end, really had Leewards on the back foot very early. They were 9 for 1, 9 for 2, 9 for 3. So 3 wickets fell with a total of 9. That could never put confidence in the Leewards camp at all. And we saw a catapulting of wickets after that, with 4 other wickets going down with the score at 18. That alone says it all about the Leewards game today, how they played. And they would be very disappointed in their approach to this match against Guyana. Whether you believe you're a top team or not, and you've got some of the classy players in your side, putting up an interesting effort and putting up a fight is important. Look at the 9th and 10th wickets. First one, I believe they got 23 runs for that partnership, and then the final wicket, or the 9th wicket put together, 27, if I'm correct. And so there was a little fight back at the end, but the setup at the top, where the Guyanese bowlers were really on top, having them at 18 for 7, could not have done the Leewards any justice at all in getting a respectable total to fight in this game.
So that's the latest here from Providence. A comprehensive victory for Guyana. The 7-6 posted by Leewards was never going to be enough in the end. Guyana knocking off the runs to win by 8 wickets. Let me remind you, tomorrow is semi-final 1. And that game starts at 9:30. As of now, we do not know who will reach in semi-final 1 because net run rate will have to be calculated. On behalf of the entire commentary panel, Pastor Matthew Kisoon, Wadikar Kemraj, Miko Winya, this is Inderjeet Prasad on behalf of the technical staff saying goodbye from Providence, and do join us tomorrow at 9:30.